And then here we go. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. How the heck are you? Yes, I am Diana Clarion, the Lavender Lady. This is the Open Chat, and with me here is the one, the only, the brilliant, the beautiful Kate Farr, Bionic Dance. Hello, honey. How are you?
Well, I've been having a pretty good day actually. I'm getting high and popcorn. I got so much done on Quinn Redshift today, my animation. In fact, I almost missed the broadcast because I wasn't checking Twitter for the link because I was so absorbed in what I was doing. So, that
Oh,
to
my.
me is a good day because I got a lot of work done and I had fun doing it and I didn't want to stop, and that's a good day.
Alrighty then. I like the sound of that. Yes. And then when are we going to be treated to this in its final form?
Well, it's going pretty quickly so soon, but I can't say still.
Oh,
It's
my.
just uh, if I hit some sort of snag, it can make things slow way the hell down. But at the same time, I don't have a ton of lip sync to animate, so it's going a lot faster. It's impossible to say at this point.
You have a ton of lipstick to animate?
Lip sync, jackass.
I'm just being weird. Oh, hello,
That's not the word I
everybody.
would have used, but okay.
Okay, we have Mage here, and we have a new people person. We have the
Anyway,
Trusty Ape podcast. Hello, how are you? Yay! And Mage got his booster today.
right on.
And and
What brand?
yeah, what kind of booster did you get there, Mage?
Well, because my first two shots were Moderna, and you know what? Nothing happened until I got the booster, and that one gave me Wi-Pfizer.
All right, now we're talking.
Mm,
Yeah,
I love
all
that joke. I'll never stop telling that joke, but I seem to be the only one who thinks it's funny.
that could be.
I think it's a shame, really.
all
I'm
three.
just so misunderstood. I hope I'm ahead of my time and not just a dipshit.
Oh,
Not just a dipshit. You see.
there you go. Yes, yes, yes. And I don't know. You're just a lady whose intentions are good, and oh Lord, please don't let you be misunderstood, right?
You're making reference to something from way before my time, aren't you?
I don't know if it's way before your time.
But still before, and thus I do not grok.
This is what history books are for.
Pretty sure they don't put those kinds of songs in history books.
Oh my hello YouTuber Grudge, how the hell are you?
Like, I'm
Yay!
trying to think of any songs that are in history books.
I don't know. I suppose there might be one or two if you look hard enough.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling whatever the heck, like, folk or country hit you just referenced, I'm assuming, it probably won't be in the history books. In fact, I'm sure that whatever genre you're referencing is nowhere to be found in history books unless they're the history of music.
There's a group called the Animals.
I've heard that name.
And the song was Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood, if I remember correctly.
Well, if you didn't, you misunderstood them. Oops.
Oh, my, oh, my. Oh, no. YouTuber is feverish with nausea.
Lovely. Do you think it's
And
the plague?
could be. And Shadow Kitty loves Eric Burden, by the way.
Nope.
Eric Burden, lead singer of the Animals.
Oh. Did he also found that snowboard company?
I'm not sure which one.
Burton Snowboard?
Oh, this is Bird Dunn.
Oh. Oh. All right.
Mm-hmm. Does a killer job on House of the Rising Sun.
I'm not a fan of that song, though.
Oh and then Mage probably got another Moderna. All three of mine were Moderna.
I didn't have that option. The boosters were only available in Pfizer in my area,
Oh, okay.
which is weird because Moderna was the only thing I could get for the first two. Well, no, I take that back. I think there was a Johnson and Johnson like place somewhere, but I didn't like the idea of just the one shot for some reason. It sounded like they weren't very trustworthy.
Okay, okay.
Like as opposed to the 2-dose.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, okay. So Grudge doesn't think it's COVID. Lack of shortness of breath.
Well, I hope my cousin has gotten his sense of smell back. Or was it taste? I forget. One of my cousins got COVID and just like couldn't taste or smell anything for months.
Oh no, that's horrible.
But what can you do? I mean, it's funny because you hear people talk about like, oh, COVID's not that bad, blah, blah, blah. You won't die from it. And I'm like, yeah, but there's still permanent injuries that can happen, and it's worth considering that permanent injuries can happen.
Well, this is the darn thing, though. I can see situations where dying would actually be preferable to some of the shit that happens.
Well, that's not the point. We're talking about statistics here. It's like there's a lot of people out there who are just downplaying COVID because it won't necessarily kill you. But I remember like seeing some news report of some old woman who was about to be evicted, and she's carting around this huge tank of oxygen with a mask on because her lungs got just destroyed by COVID.
Okay.
So I like if sure you might get it and you might not die, but it can really fuck you up if you're not protected.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And that's getting downplayed in the media, and especially by the right wing.
Oh yeah, of course. The right wing loves to downplay all that. What's the word I'm looking for? Important stuff.
Well, they're more concerned with their image than anything else.
Yeah.
That's every politician, really, but the right wing is the worst about it. I mean, the Democrats use it to be pathetic, but the Republicans use it to be assholes.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're good at that.
Mm-hmm. But it sure would be nice if they'd knock it off.
How to be an expert arsehole.
I've been seeing all of these reports that are saying the Republicans are due for like a massive overturn in the midterms. But I'm sitting here thinking, has anyone factored in how much the unvaccinated right is just plain old dying off?
Well, they are, but I don't know. Is it at a high enough rate yet?
It sounds like it, yeah. It's like I saw another report that says it could impact voting results, but I don't see any of the polls factoring that in, like at all.
I don't know. It's going to sound horrible, but I mean, I could just hope for something like that.
Well,
kill them all off. What the hell?
I mean, they're doing it to themselves, so I shan't bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Except about the people they take with them.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. What?
I'll bitch about that.
Yeah. Okay, wait a minute here.
Yeah, Grudge, Dems are spineless, and that's what pisses me off. One of the reasons I'm not a Democrat anymore, I've unregistered.
Oh my. Yeah, the only reason I had registered was to vote in the primary, but what good does that do anyway?
Well, I couldn't convince people to, nominate the right person, so this time I mean, I'm not saying I won't vote, but I'm probably going to sit out the campaigning this time around. Because honestly, no one fucking listens to me, no matter how right I've been in the past.
Moo. It would be nice if I could run away, but nobody wants an old, fat, and ugly kidney patient.
Sorry, I got focused on my popcorn. Maybe I do have the munchies. Well, I mean, yesterday I really, really didn't. Maybe it's just now catching up with me.
Oh my. I just don't get out of breath. I'm trying to stay ahead of it. No. Oh, what do we have here? YouTuber Grudge registered as a Dem due to that being the only option.
Oh, one of those states, is it? I actually registered with the People's Party.
Well, here in PA, I used to be a registered libertarian. Long time ago.
I don't really get libertarians, because every time I ask what the hell one is, I get a different answer.
They're baby Republicans who just haven't grown up yet.
Yeah, but the answers I get are usually more detailed. And yet, like I say, every story is different every time. And so, and it's kind of like every time I ask people about, like, the TV schedules in Britain, I get another fucking answer, like a different one from last time. It's mildly annoying, actually.
I haven't figured out what the heck their series are based on, but I will. The British series, you know, we have seasons, they have series.
Right, yeah, well, I keep asking people, it's like, do you just get one of those a year for each show? Because you make 8 episodes, what the hell? I don't know. But these days, 8 or 10 episodes is pretty standard when you're using a streaming service. I just went through season 4 of Cobra Kai, and it was 10 episodes. Every season's been 10 episodes, I think.
Moo.
It was also way better than season 3, because they were a bit more subtle with the fan service. Season 3 felt like they were elbowing me in the ribs every 10 seconds going, remember this from the movies? Remember this from the movies? You know, where season 4, they just managed to be a lot more subtle about it. Where, like, if you knew the movies, you might pick up on it, but it wasn't like, oh, hey, look, we got that character from Karate Kid Part 2 to guest star, huh? You know, it was just better. They handled it better. So, I'm really enjoying that show.
Moo. Well,
but then, you know me, 80s kid.
I kind of enjoyed the news in the papers. The local team lost. Yay!
Would that be the Steelers?
Yeah, the Steelers. Yeah, so these little chumps could just cry in their Iron City.
Okay.
I don't know. I
But you've
may
been told?
say what?
But you've been told?
Yes. I may decide to watch the Super Bowl on the streaming service. I don't know.
I'm gonna. I enjoy it. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not sports people, but I like the Super Bowl.
And then pick the nicest helmet, and that's who you're going to support, right?
Now, Although that sort of bit me in the ass last year because I ended up supporting a team I don't like, but they had the better helmets, so what you gonna do?
Moo. You're going to
And
moo.
the reason I didn't like the team is like it's headed up by this like uber right winger, and he's a bit of a dick. So
Oh, the guy Brady or something?
yeah, I think so. Like he used to be on some other team, but now he's on the Patriots, or at least he was on the Patriots last year.
Okay then.
Hmm. I don't know. Pretty sure that was the team where their on-field call, which was Reagan, meant move right. I don't know if they had a similar one for move left, though. I just remember the announcers or the color commentators, whatever the fuck you call them, made a big deal out of it. It's the
Alrighty.
only reason I noticed. Also, last year they were going up against that team where the quarterback is Sideshow Bob. You know the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah, kind of. I forget the name though.
Oh, I don't know his name at all. Although I will say I am very amused. I mean, very amused that there's a player out there whose last name is Gronkowski. It just sounds like some sort of Polish ogre or a character from Shrek, doesn't it? Gronkowski.
There you go.
I saw that and I was like, that can't be real. That cannot possibly be real.
But
Mm,
oh, what do we have here?
yeah, at times that I was wrong.
Shadow Kitty says I voted Libertarian in 1976. I distanced myself after that. They never offered up any concrete solutions to issues. Yep, pretty
Oh, well,
much.
neither did the fucking Democrats, did they?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, Democrats will often promise big and do none of it.
Oh yeah, well that's pretty much everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, but the Democrats are the worst because they let themselves get talked out of everything in the name of compromise and bipartisanship. Like they do the whole like meet me in the middle, said the dishonest man. You take one step forward, he takes one step back. Meet me in the middle, says this says the dishonest man. You know, they do that. They say meet us in the middle, and then they change where the middle is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like the Democrats are pathetic, where the Republicans are conniving, and because they're conniving, they constantly get the Democrats to talk themselves out of doing what they should be doing.
And this is why we need an autocracy with me as the autocrat.
No, because you'd be really shitty at it, and I'd be way better.
Well, all I need is, a brutal and loyal military behind me. Then we're all set.
No, I'm talking about the kinds of things you'd want to implement are the sorts of things that would get you deposed. And I do mean that kind of in the violent sense. We're talking guillotines here.
Well, I suppose I could see worse things happening.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to be the autocrat because I will make good decisions, you see.
Oh my.
I mean, one of my first acts as autocrat will be to make the use of Linux a capital offense.
So let's see. BSD is just fine, right?
The blue screen of death?
Oh my. Berkeley Systems Design, you potato.
Uh-huh. Now, see, you're using that wrong. A potato describes the shape of someone. If they're a bit on the chunky side, they're a potato.
Moo.
No, that's a cow.
Okay, so let's see. Berkeley Systems Design, you broccoli.
Okay. We're going to have to teach you how to insult people properly.
You rutabaga?
See, now you're just embarrassing yourself.
Boiled egg.
See, it would have to be a rotten boiled egg, and even then, that's a childhood insult, a playground insult. You gotta be better than that.
How about you Stuzzanini? There you go.
Stuzzanini, isn't that a car from World War II?
This pickled pig's feet, yummy and tasty.
Disgusting. There
Yum,
are
yum,
so
yum, yum,
few
yum, yum,
things
yum,
I'm
yum,
willing
yum,
to
yum,
eat
yum,
that
yum.
can be described as pickled.
Pickled pickles.
Well, I mean, cucumbers, gherkins, I suppose, whatever. Those are fine. I can't think of anything else that's been pickled that I particularly want to eat.
Herring.
There's only one kind of fish I eat. Besides, why is herring a noun?
I don't know. One would think it was a gerund.
Say that again?
One would think it was a gerund.
I would have thought it was a verb.
Herring. Ah.
Okay, you say so.
Yes, it does.
Well, I mean, a present tense verb. You are herring. The act of doing hair, whatever the hell hair is. It's clearly also spelled the same as Mr. in German, but it's not German.
Oh, Google foo. Yes, I do not know what language that would be, but it would be a language.
Herring is a language unto itself? That must be really easy to speak, but hard to be understood.
Yes.
It's kind of like Groot.
Groot?
Groot. Yeah, he's a sort of tree alien from Guardians of the Galaxy, and the only thing he ever says is, "I am Groot." And you can only tell what he means by the inflection, by his tone of voice.
Oh, I was working on a language like that. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
It was kind of like trying to speak the whole, what was it, Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra thing.
Uh-huh.
Very similar. Which is one way I really like to say it, and I don't know why.
Because he was foo-foo?
Nah, because I'm weird.
Oh, okay, that works. I like it. I like it.
I don't like saying it much, but I have to admit, even to myself, it's true. I'm weird.
Yes, you is.
Or at least abnormal.
Abby,
And if
normal.
you make a joke about abs, I will smack you.
No, I was just thinking of Young Frankenstein.
I'm one of the few people who wasn't super impressed by that movie. Like, I like Mel Brooks, but that's one of my least favorites.
Well,
And I don't get why people like it so much. I really don't.
It's silly.
Well, yeah, but compare it to, say, Spaceballs or Blazing Saddles.
Trying to think, what the heck was the woman's name, Frau, whatever the hell it is.
Madeline Kahn.
Every time you spoke her name, the horse would do the thing.
It's like Frau Blucher, maybe?
Okay.
I don't remember. Been a while. But I say again, I don't really understand why people like that movie so much. It's, at best, okay.
Yeah, that's a nice way to waste an hour and a half or whatever the hell it is.
Well, sure, but I'd rather watch History of the World Part 1 again. I heard there were plans to make History of the World Part 2, but I think Mel Brooks is too old at this point. I don't know.
Mel Brooks is what, 113?
I think he's like 98 or 99 right now.
Oh, Lord. We got to see what we got here. And
Link here, I don't know if it's for you or me.
what, where, when?
In the chat.
I don't know to see. I go to see.
Oh, it's for you. It's a renal dining out guide. And yeah, it does sure look like there's a lot you can have. A lot of it sounds damn good.
I can have water and ice cubes. And
It looks like you can have a small plain sandwich, hamburger, grilled chicken, roast beef, turkey, tuna salad with lettuce, onion, mayonnaise, or cream cheese, white and sourdough breads, unsalted onion rings, lemon, lime, or orange soda, root beer, iced tea, coleslaw, I know you like that shit, or small salad with romaine lettuce, low potassium fruit such as apples or grapes, sugar cookie. And then they list Mexican food, taco with meat and lettuce, fajitas with sour cream, I know you like that garbage, flour tortillas, burrito without beans, churro, salsa verde, which is pretty goddamn good, as long as it's made without avocado. They say I like the avocado, but whatever. And then they have a Japanese section, Chinese, Thai, Italian, American. Oh, and it also lists things to avoid for each of these genres of food. But it sure does look like there's a lot of damn good food you can eat, so quit your bitching.
moo. Oh, okay. I just never noticed that, Kitty. Shadow Kitty says her name was the same as the German word for glue, which is why the horse freaked out.
I see.
Te Petraja che lo copette corasete ni che beraie.
Well, regardless, hopefully
And,
that
okay.
PDF right there will expand your diet and you can quit whinging at us about it.
And let's see, according to Wikipedia, Melvin James Kaminsky is 95 years old.
Okay. Well, if I ever do end up with kidney disease, and I sure hope I don't, at least my diet won't change too terribly much. Although I'm looking here, guacamole, avoid guacamole, screw you.
What is
No
it?
teriyaki sauce, no soy sauce.
Oh yeah, sodium.
Well, let's see. Well, they don't tell you to avoid garlic, so yay.
Garlic is yummy and tasty.
Garlic's awesome.
With peanut butter.
There is something so wrong with you. When it comes to diet, you're just a mutant. And I don't mean that in a good way.
Peanut butter and garlic is yummy and tasty.
And twisted.
Yes.
I mean, I tried it and I didn't hate it, but I was all kinds of unimpressed.
Unfortunately, I can't have too much of it anymore.
Why would you have too much of it in the first place?
Too much peanut butter and garlic is yummy and tasty.
Yes, but it's also apparently too much. No wonder you have kidney disease. Hmm. You know what's nice? Is being able to say stuff with no filter and not get punched.
Hmm.
Of course,
Now,
I could have just stopped with not getting punched. That's awfully lovely. Not that
yay.
that's happened in quite some time, but still.
Now, what I don't understand here is why Wikipedia makes a point of listing Mel Brooks' military career.
I didn't know he was in the military.
I guess he was a corporal in the U.S. Army.
In what war?
Would have been World War II.
Hmm. Can't be too many of those people left.
Nah, not too many at all. Half a dozen, maybe.
I saw something recently. There was some dude. He was like the last one left of some super elite unit or something. I don't know. They made a big deal out of it.
To pestadej. Belko patindia.
Like, I don't really get the fetishization of troops. Like, especially on the right, you get all these people who are just like, oh, the troops, thank you all for your service, the troops, and all that. And I'm like, I mean, I'm glad they're willing to do what they were willing to do, but at the same time, they were used as pawns in a game of forgive the word, evil. And, it's hard to celebrate that, even if I think they themselves at least had a lot of bravery.
Moo. Well, I don't know how brave they were. Well, let me put it to you this way. I don't know how brave they would tell you they were. I think a lot of them would just tell you they were just trying to stay alive.
How is that not bravery? I mean, I said bravery and not valor for a reason.
Okay.
Most people don't seem to get how I try very hard to not be sloppy with my speech. They often redefine words I've used in a very specific manner. Kind of frustrating at times, that. And usually I use it in a manner that should be obvious from context, but doesn't matter with these geniuses. Get that a lot from, say, or rather I got that a lot from my parents. Kind of a pain in the ass. And what's even worse is they are sloppy with their words a lot. And so they will say something that has a precise meaning, but they didn't mean it that way. But I take it that way because that's the definition of the word. And even in context, it's a word they could have used, without breaking the narrative. So I take the word the way they meant it, and that sort of makes any argument we're having go downhill. So, I don't know.
Oh my, Shadow Kitty says his father served in the 4th Armored Division under Patton during World War II.
Whenever I think of an armored division, my brain goes to like Power Armor and various sci-fi series as like something out of Warhammer 40K.
Daju Korostu.
Wow, you actually know that reference?
No.
Oy. Or Battletech.
Don't know that one either. I'm an expert at not knowing things.
Clearly. So, like, these guys. Let's see, what else should we got here? You know, like with these power armor suits and shit. Space Marines, you know. All of that. Wow, look at these guys. Big ol' army. See? So if someone says armored division, my brain goes there.
Okay, now I'm
And-
thinking of C-Lab 2021.
Battletech is big ass robots. I mean, there's a lot of Japanese influence, but in fact, I'd say some of the mech designs were outright stolen from anime. However, they have made it their own since, and it's pretty cool. So, someone says armored division, my brain might go there as well. You know, big old battle mechs.
Moo.
Yeah, so
I haven't the slightest idea.
slightly more than 20 minutes before I have to feed the cats.
Slightly more than meets the eye.
No.
Slight robots in disguise.
So why do you suppose time is moving in that direction and not the other?
Because that's the way it glugs when it pours out of the bottle.
Sure. No, I've thought about it. Like, what if we are moving backward in time? How could we tell? What I do know is that at least our eyes should indicate which way is forward, and if we keep moving that way, just sort of naturally, we can be pretty sure that well, we can at least infer which direction time is going from that.
Okay, yeah. I like it.
Oh, I was messing around in Google Earth, and I just found a church called the New King Church. And if you say it fast enough, it sounds like Nuking Church.
Well, I know that there are some Christians out there who would very much like that.
They want the world to end in fire so we can all go to the afterlife or some shit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't really get the whole apocalypse thing. You know, like they have this fetish for the end of the world, but why? Like they always act like it's going to be such a great thing, the end of the world. And I mean, I get it. They get to go to heaven, blah, 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 blah. But why does the world have to end? What if some of us aren't done with it yet?
Oh, excuse me. Well, it's all about them.
Still doesn't really address the question.
So the question is naked?
I said address.
Moo.
But no, I mean, there's well, like I forget. Did I mention this on Sunday? That like, okay, God is called the Lord and Jesus is called the King of Kings, so Jesus clearly outranks him.
I don't know if you said that or not, but it sounds interesting.
Well, I mean, obviously the like noble titles, the noble ranks are not meant to be taken literally, but still, it amuses me that the dad is a lord and the son is a king. I'm sure that can happen with some like weird fucked up succession rules or something, but like the dad ended up as the regent somehow and the son is being groomed to be king. Kind of nonsense.
It's cool for you, yes.
I don't know.
Well, I get the whole...
But like maybe his brother dies childless and for whatever reason it doesn't go to him then.
Don't
And
say.
his wife has to be dead, of course, too, because let's face it, plenty of queens ruled without a king.
Oh yeah. Just don't say that to a Catholic.
Well, but weren't a lot of the queens of England Catholics?
Well, no, the thing about Jesus' brother.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah,
But I didn't
because.
say Jesus' brother. I was just talking generic king.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, because the Catholics maintain that Mary was ever virgin. Why they
What,
have
that she
this.
and Joey Jojo never got busy?
Right, ever.
They're dumb.
Yep.
No married couple doesn't have a kid. Or no, I take that back. No married couple doesn't fuck.
I don't know
Not if
what
they're anyway
the.
normal.
Well, you're talking about Catholics here, remember?
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're a little bit normal. I have Catholic relatives. They seem like, despite their dipshitical beliefs, they seem okay. At least as far as sanity is concerned, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know what that fetish is all about, but what is to do, I don't know.
Well, if they could mind their own business, there'd be nothing to do.
We are talking religionists here.
And I did say if.
Dai que esta, medico pali.
You remember that old thing about me not being sloppy with my speech if I can help it?
Yeah, that too.
I'm just saying.
But you got that thing over through here's what Shadow Kitty is to saying on the thing. In the afterlife.
In the afterlife, you could be headed for the serious strife. Now you make this scene all day, but tomorrow there'll be hell to pay? Sounds like lyrics, given the notes there, and so it's probably not a poem, but I don't know it.
Is my not knowing on the thing?
It is unfamiliar to me.
Okay, it is that, yes.
Well, what can you do, I guess?
I could do that, or I could do other things.
I suppose I could Google it as something I could do, but
A lot of typing.
I've spent enough
though.
time on it already, I think. Also, maybe I mentioned this, I don't know, but the children of Hell's Angels are Hex Cherubim.
Okay.
Well, it makes sense to me.
Daí eu gosto.
They're little kids, clearly, and they're innocent, so they have to be Heck instead of Hell, and Cherubim, well, kid-looking angels, it fits.
Oh, my.
Now, I've heard of the Squirrel Nut Zippers, don't know a damn thing else about them. Hell, there's a chance I've even heard some of their songs and just didn't realize it was them.
The Squirrel
Hell,
Nut.
for all I know, I've downloaded one of their songs and just forgot it was them. I mean, look. No, I have nothing that contains the word squirrel. At least not in terms of music, MP3s.
Well, the group that's really a whole bunch of fun is called Marfai Tajiki.
Okay.
Many much fun. Yes.
What sort of music would this be, or are you just making it up?
Russian rock.
Russian rock.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was never really into Rush.
Dotopoliki.
I mean, they had that one song I liked, Roll the Bones, but other than that, meh.
Well, Anthem isn't all that bad either.
I'm not sure I know that one by name, but I can tell you that I really was not a fan of Tom Sawyer.
Okay.
That song of theirs called Tom Sawyer, there's something about it that's annoying. I'm not sure I could ever explain it.
I'm trying to think. Was it Anthem or was it Bravado? That might have been the one. I don't know. Anyway, it is the foo-foo-ness.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, maybe Russian rock's okay, but rock covers a lot of ground. So, Can you be more specific? Give me a subgenre.
I don't know. I can tell you that the lead singer sounds really, really interesting.
Yeah, I don't need to know the lead singer. I need to know more about the instruments, really.
Just regular stuff. The guitar,
Yeah, that's
drum.
no, 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 no. The way it's played, not the instruments used.
They do a little bit stuff that's kind of in its own way based on Russian folk tunes.
Okay, is it punk, hair metal, death metal, the pop rock? What are we talking about here?
I wouldn't know what any of those are.
Okay, well, you could have said that from the beginning and saved us a whole lot of time and me a whole lot of frustration.
Moo. I mean, metal hair, I'm thinking of some guy with steel wool on his head.
Yeah, I said hair metal, not metal hair.
I'm still
Do you
seeing
know what hair metal is?
I'm still seeing steel wool.
So no, then.
I don't know any of this stuff.
Okay, well, hair metal, very popular back in the 80s. Pretty much, well, like I say, metal. A lot of this going on.
Oh,
right?
Lord.
There's a reason I said hair metal. A lot of hair going on.
Eek.
Right? So, yeah. Anyway.
I mean, I know about lead music and mercury music, but other than
I don't
that.
think you do. But I'm just saying, is that's a thing, and well, I'm wondering where on the rock spectrum this band you're describing exists. What part of that spectrum do they occupy?
They seem to occupy their own little niche.
Yeah, I doubt that. I mean, it sounds like they might be a folk band, sorta. Folk rock, maybe?
I mean, I wish I could play some of it without
Copyright.
danger of copyright infringement.
I mean, technically you could, if it's in service of a review, and like YouTube is usually pretty understanding about that kind of thing. If they bitch and you say fair use, motherfucker, they usually let you off. Take it from like a multiple year veteran over here, like more than 10.
Move beef.
Trust me on this one. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. I took copyright law in college, and the only part I remember is fair use, and it's also the only part I've ever needed. Yeah, that is a good question. How the hell is that spelled? You pronounced it in ways I could never.
Let me see if I
Let's
can.
try something here. Upon whom should sugar be poured?
I don't know.
Me. Pour some sugar on me. Def Leppard? No? All right. When Bon Jovi was halfway there, what was he doing?
It was Ogging the Foo.
He was living on a prayer. Oy. I swear, I feel like I'm Penny talking to Sheldon right now. They did exactly this at one point, where she's quizzing Sheldon on pop culture shit, and Sheldon has no idea.
I found. Okay, here. Dagadabero karaste, gante peloku. Oh. This thing's being a foo-foo.
So, how wide would a person's smile be if she was my cherry pie?
Um, that sounds a little suggestive.
Well, but how wide should the smile be?
About that wide?
10 miles wide. She's my cherry pie, put a smile on your face, 10 miles wide.
Okay.
Actually, it might be feet, but whatever. The point being, these are all lyrics from hair metal. Okay. What are we not gonna do?
We're not going to Og the Foo.
We're not gonna take it. My gosh, I'm just like handing these to you.
Okay, so here we go.
We're not gonna take it. No? All right.
No, Shadow Kitty. How is it spelled? There we go. There it is.
Is it? I mean, I'm looking at the chat. I don't see squat.
Marfa
there we
Itajiki.
go. Oh, merciful Zeus. Can you spell that in, like, phonetic English?
Gotta think. How you
All
do
right.
that? I don't know.
Well, I think I found them. That looks like a folk band. I'm turning off my mic and listening to some.
Okay. I mean, I love this stuff. I really do. It's just strange and crazy and just sort of thing I go for. Oh my, oh my.
Ew.
See what I mean about the lead singer?
No. I don't remember what you said about the lead singer.
It's a very interesting style.
That's one word to call it. I was not impressed what little I heard.
Aww.
Well, for one thing, it seems to be entirely acoustic.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, not a fan. I mean, the closest I get to enjoying acoustic is the occasional a cappella.
Acoustic fan? Yeah, I guess that
Do you
would
not
work.
know what a fan is, or are you just being a brat?
Fan, that's the thing with the blades and it goes
So
around
just
and
being a
around.
brat, okay. Just seriously, like, get better at that or stop, please.
Oh, cut
I
a
mean,
store.
I don't take issue with the joking, just with the quality.
Wait a minute. Mage's mind went to meatloaf with what are we not going to do? Oh. Yeah, it took me a
Yeah.
while.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do
But I
that. No,
won't do
I was
that,
going to, yeah. Well, all right. If we came on and we felt the noise, what should girls be doing?
Designing launch vehicles?
No. No. Do you really not know this one?
What one?
The example, what is it? What you should do? What girls should do if you come on and you feel the noise? Girls should. Do you really not know the song?
I
Come
do
on,
not.
feel the noise.
No, I do not know the song.
Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys. We'll get wild, wild, wild. You don't know that song?
I don't know nothing. No.
Oh, merciful Zeus, that's such an amazing song.
Now,
Ah,
I do know Alle Menschen werden Brüder.
Whatever the hell that is. Something about the Zapruder film, I take it.
To Stepe Karadi.
Hmm. You really don't know Come On Feel the Noise?
Why should I?
Because it's an amazing frickin' song is why.
Is it up there with Beethoven?
Far above Beethoven. Far, far, far above Beethoven. Cope.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I could probably go the rest of my life and die happy never again hearing Beethoven.
Oh my. Some people just have no taste.
And some people have the best taste in the world like I do.
I know I do.
That's why I threw in the like I do far before you could get like I made sure you weren't the one to say that. You see?
Sure.
So I win, you lose, Neener. Oh yeah, and also Neener.
Bekorosta, pedekelike parotiante. Bilko
By the way, in
postatie.
case anyone wonders whether I mean it when I say I'm a fucking child, witness. I mean, like, seriously, no one takes me seriously when I say that. They really don't. And I'm like, dude, I am being absolutely honest with you. I do not believe that I am, in my head, an adult. I don't think I've matured. But no one believes me.
Oh, given enough time, I've come to understand that. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just saying, and it's frustrating at times to, you know, because like you're trying to explain to someone something that's actually kind of fundamental to your character, and they're just waving it off like you're being hyperbolic or silly or something. Kind of makes you want to like slug them after a while.
Oh
like-
my.
One of the worst things in the world is not being taken seriously when you're being dead ass serious.
It is just moo.
Yeah, well, what can you do, I guess?
You can moo.
I'm surrounded by fools and idiots, and I hate them all. Nah, I don't know what the hell. I just wanted to say that because I thought it was funny in that accent. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if other people's brains occasionally just shut up.
I don't know.
Because mine yammers on all damn day. There's times I wish I could just... I mean, maybe this is why I use weed as much as I do. Sometimes I just want it to stop, and weed makes it stop. Weed gives me that moment of mental peace that I occasionally need so badly.
Okay.
Well, it's one of the reasons why I want to get tested to see if I'm autistic, because apparently complaining that your brain is like separate from you, like bitching about the way you think as if your brain was not, like as if it was almost a separate entity, is apparently a symptom. It's fairly common to be like, yeah, my brain does stuff without my permission all the time, and I wish it would knock it off. That's common, apparently, and I've been saying that shit my whole life.
Because is you broken?
Oh, I don't know if I'd call it broken necessarily, but abnormal, atypical,
Shut up, Clarion.
on the fringes. You know, that kind of thing. I mean, no.
Shadow Kitty says my brain is flying off the rails if I don't smoke often.
Yeah. Well, It's one of the reasons I'm high right now, and even then I've got like at least 2 thought trains and a song in my head.
Oh, my.
I really wish my brain could shut up once in a while. I mean, I do wonder if that's something other people can do, where they can just go mindless for a while, or do they have that constant inner dialogue?
I am no to knowing.
And I know that it can be a symptom of autism, but hypervigilant. Being hypervigilant is also a symptom of PTSD, and I've been shown symptoms of that too. But yeah, it's really hard to stop paying attention to everything around you. Like it's hard to get to sleep if there's a noise somewhere. And far more than other people. Like I've seen other people who can't stand noises when they're trying to fall asleep cope with stuff that keeps me awake. So, I don't know. And I think I recently told you that story about how one of my neighbors is waking me up with their vibrating alarm clock because I can hear it like through the wall or the floor. I'm not sure which, but I think it's the floor because it's making the springs in my bed vibrate.
Okay.
And that's waking me up. I hear it right through my pillow. And I suspect that might not affect other people. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm just trying to comprehend a vibrator or alarm clock.
Well, no, vibrating. Like it might even just be their phone.
I like the other
rather
one
than
better.
An actual alarm clock. I'm sure you do, but it's not what I meant. I don't know. Life is awfully strange.
Gotta make a song out of that one.
I know there's one called People Are Strange.
And there's
they
one
used it in The Lost Boys.
There's one, what is it? Short People Have No Reason to Live.
Never heard that one. I've heard Real Men Don't Eat Quiche, but that's a book. I don't know. I think that's really funny. It labeled itself as a guide to all things masculine, and it made me laugh. I've never read it. Maybe someday I should, just for the hell of it. Like, just to see what's in there. Because boys are weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tried to be one and couldn't do it.
Sounds awful.
It are.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I wonder, because just physically it sounds terrible, but I wonder, like, I look at some of the ways society expects men to act, and I'm like, why do they put up with it?
I don't know. I suppose if you're indoctrinated into it from birth.
I guess. I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
I mean, sometimes it doesn't take, but much times I guess it do.
I don't know. I wonder, like, how many uber manly kind of guys out there end up with like weedy little gay boy sons, and how many of those guys like are pretty okay with it, and how many of them are like, oh my gosh, I'm so ashamed. Like, what do you suppose the proportion is, I wonder?
I do not knowing what is the proportion. I just know some of those people.
Yeah, well, I'm not interested in that part. I'm curious, like, How many of those, like, I used to be a linebacker dads are okay with their LGBT kids, especially their sons? Because, if the stereotype has any validity at all, you'd imagine it'd be next to none of them. But, people aren't stereotypes all the time. So I
And
wonder about these things.
in my personal experience, those that are Christians are definitely not okay with any of it.
Yes, but that's adding a new variable into the equation. I'd like to just focus on, the uber manly masculine guys and how they react to having sons that don't follow the same pattern.
Move beef.
I don't know. I find that kind of thing interesting. I'd love to know what goes on inside their head.
And in some cases, I don't know there's much head for anything to go on in.
Well, maybe, but even so, they will react in some fashion. It'll almost certainly come from some chemical reaction that hits their head at some point. So, you know, I don't know, it's just something I think about. I do wonder about other people's reactions to things. I mean, one of the reasons I have delayed seeking out my birth parents is I don't know if they're cool with a lesbian. I mean, I'm sure at least bio mother would have the potential to be, being, a former Vermonter. But then again, maybe not. I know it's like a very egalitarian culture in that state, but it doesn't rub off on everybody. I mean, I don't know. So I'm not sure if I necessarily want to meet the birth parents, because what if they're like, slime? What if they don't want to know me for no reason other than being a dyke? I'm not sure if I could really be okay with that. I mean, I wouldn't have anything I could do about it, but it would sting and stink.
And it would be foo-foo. What do we have here?
I don't know. Oh no, that's been up for a while.
Diokorostu. Yeah, that's been a while. Yep, oh well.
My big thing, at least with weed, is trying to figure out exactly how long to hold my breath. I mean, a lot of the websites I see say, oh, it should only take a couple of seconds, no need for epic breath holding. But others disagree, and I don't know who to trust.
Trust no one.
Thank you, Agent Mulder.
Yes.
Actually, I don't think that was his thing. I think his was the truth is out there. But I forget, there was some like major character on a show that I knew about said that a lot. Trust no one. I don't know. I'm fairly certain someone said that on Babylon 5, but I don't think that's what I'm thinking of.
Well, then there's always Hamlet. Trust none of us.
Yeah, there's not always Hamlet for me, though. I'm not into that garbage, so I wouldn't like everything I know about Hamlet is something is rotten in the state of Denmark. That's it. Well, that and Mel Gibson played him at one point in the 90s. Oh, and something about holding a skull.
Yeah, Moo.
And apparently that Sir Laurence Olivier guy liked to play him.
Not my favorite Hamlet. Definitely not.
Wouldn't know. I do like it when people let me have ham, though. But
Well, as long as they're small.
well, I guess my question is, well, okay, number one, I actually don't know this. Is Hamlet his first or last name?
I think it's his only name, so I guess it would be his first name.
So, like Sting or Madonna,
Something like that.
but stupid. I mean, because a hamlet is a town. It's like a small town.
Yeah. Huh?
Small medieval town is a hamlet. So why the hell would someone name their kid that? It'd be like, oh, hey, neighborhood, time for dinner. Come in and wash up. It's okay, county, get over here. It's time to do your homework. It just doesn't work.
And of course, it is the ass muscle of a piglet.
The hamlet.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm afraid someone at some point decided that your sense of humor needed to be hamstringed.
Okay, then.
Mm-hmm. I suppose if you live in a hamlet, you might be a hamburger, or I suppose a hamletter. I guess you have to live in a burg to be a hamburger, but still.
Oh, my.
Burg is one of those words that's spelled funky. I bet it's like originally Welsh or Scottish or Irish or something. Yeah, because like take the word shillelagh, for example. If you're trying to pronounce that phonetically, it's like shillelagh. If you want to throw a bunch of like G's and H's after a couple of vowels in a word, there's a very good chance it's from like Wales or somewhere. It's like one of those UK countries that's not England.
Oh my. Wait, what do we have here? Briscoe County Jr.?
Old TV show starring Bruce Campbell. Never watched it. Like, not so much into westerns, me. That's the main reason I didn't watch it.
Dotabaleke.
Yeah. I mean, I watched Firefly, of course, but that's a western in space, so I'm not sure how much it counts. Same with Space Rangers, although that was even less of a western. They would usually when people hear Rangers, they think of the Texas Rangers. Was Jim Bowie one of those? That sort of guy, regardless. But the point is that someone says Space Rangers, and I'm picturing Space Cowboys.
And then you watched Lightning Bug?
Firefly.
That's what I said.
No, it isn't. Firefly, in this particular context, is actually a class of spaceship. It's a certain kind of cargo hauler. So, if you call it a lightning bug, you're actually completely wrong. It's not a synonym for the type of ship, regardless of the word for the insect.
And then we have this cat who is clawing at me. Here we go, see? We're clawing. Claw, claw, claw.
Yes.
I don't know, some people's kitties, well, I never do give her enough attention. Because she wants all of the attention.
Well, isn't that every cat, really?
Moo, moo.
Oh, yikes. Speaking of which, I'll be right back. I have to feed mine.
Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. And then there's you over there. Kittiness. You as a kittiness. Oh, some people's kittiness. Oh, why does you run away, damn cat? Kitty wants attention. You give Kitty the attention, the kitty run away. Then the kitty comes back and wants attention. And you give Kitty the attention and the kitty runs away. Yeah. Yeah, I see that kitty face. Some people's kitties. I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, God. Oh, got one hell of a headache. But that's just the way it goes. I know what I'm going to be doing pretty soon. Pretty Pretty soon I am going to be falling onto the mattress. At least, oh my, at least I didn't get all dizzy and nauseous today. That was a good thing. What, honey? What? There you go. See? There's a kiddiness. Some people's kiddiness. Flog, flog, flog. What are you doing, honey? What are you doing? What are you getting into?
Xander's being a butthead about his food.
Oh, no, what is he doing or not doing?
Well, he has this tendency to act like he's not allowed to eat his food. And so he just sort of sits there looking at it like he's not sure he's allowed to dig in.
So does that mean that Columbia gets to it and eats it all up?
Often, yes. Although she tends to eat the wet food and leave the kibble for him and vice versa. So,
well, as long as it works out for them.
Seems to. I'm not sure it's completely healthy, but whatever. Sometimes I'll actually mash them together so that Xander can't help but eat some of the wet food with the kibble. It's sort of like hiding a pill in their food, but not completely.
Oh my, I don't know. I've heard it said, and I think you've said it more than once, that they have to have some wet food or something like that. Yet, I have raised kittinesses all their life on kibble. They seem to have done well enough. I certainly hope they did.
How old did they live to, most of them? Like, give me an average.
An average would be at least 10 years.
Yeah, cats should be living a lot longer than 10 years.
Well, I said at least. I mean, Miranda died at 15.
Oh. Okay, but if you're saying that the average is 10,
Well, the
that
average...
would suggest either that there was a lot of clustering around 10, or a lot of them died younger than 10 as well.
I'm trying to think back, and I'm having a hard time remembering how old some of them were.
Well, I've never had a cat that I had until they died who didn't at least hit their teens.
I mean, when I had to give Winston up, he was 12. As I say, Miranda died at 15. Ariel died at 19.
And you said the average was 10?
I said at least 10. I mean,
Yeah, that's not a way to express an average. I mean, that gives me basically zero information. Except that they all lived to at least 10.
Yeah, they were not, in other words, they weren't dying at 3. Yeah.
Right,
What-
but I asked for an average age of death.
My Merlin unfortunately died at 3, but that was kidney failure.
Well, I mean, okay, I take back what I said before. I did have one cat who didn't live much past like 2 or 3 or 4 or something like that, but this was Kitty versus Car. So, you know,
No.
yeah, that one was never going to end well.
And then there's Mao over there. You heard that, right?
That wasn't Mao. Mao's Sei Tung.
What is you doing, kittiness? Huh?
Uh,
Well.
Like, much as I love Columbia, her meow is not exactly easy on the ears. I don't know if she's like losing her voice or if she just meows funky, but it sounds like she's struggling to make sound sometimes, but then other times her meow sounds completely normal. So I don't know what the hell's up. Xander, on the other hand, has the most cute little adorable meow. I don't know if that'll change as he gets older, but for now, he's just this cute little kitten meow. I mean, he's going to be 3 in October. That's pretty close to adulthood for a cat.
Okay.
And I mean, he's still pretty dinky, though. He's a tiny little thing.
This one
I don't
is
know if that's because of how much time he spent as a stray or if I'm not feeding him enough, but
Daí gosto.
given what I find in the litter box, I might be feeding them too much, these cats.
Oh my. Well, when I switched from the really cheap stuff to the IAMs, there's a lot less in the litter box.
Hmm.
But she's still eating.
Well, is she getting bigger?
Yeah, she's got to be around 8 pounds now.
As opposed to.
Well, she was 3 pounds when I found her.
Okay. Well, let's put it this way. You said after the IAMS purchase. So.
Yeah, after the IAMS purchase, she went from, she was holding at about 6 pounds. Then she started putting on a bit of weight.
Okay. Is it good weight?
Seems to be. She
Because
doesn't seem to be fat.
Columbia's kind of chub ass, and she has that like swinging fat apron under her and all of
Yeah,
that.
I know the one. I know the one.
And I'm like, I'm worried I'm feeding her too much, but at the same time, my vet assured me it's perfectly fine. I don't know. I know that Xander's pretty tiny, and I'm worried he's not eating enough.
Yeah, this one is meaty.
Did you say meaty?
Meaty.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got meat rather than fat.
so muscly?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, gotcha. That's kind of Xander too.
Yeah,
I mean, he's adventure kitty. Columbia never really gets the zoomies, but Xander does all the time.
Oh my. Yeah, your form reminds me a little bit of DC. DC was another muscly kitty.
Okay.
I miss DC.
I miss Kitty. She is such a good cat, and she loved me to death.
Yeah, kidney failure seems to be rather common in kitties, doesn't it?
It does. It's very strange. Makes me wonder, like, I mean, they can't be heavy drinkers.
Right. Well, that would be liver failure, wouldn't it?
I guess, but, the kidneys filter a lot of stuff too, don't they?
Oh, that's yeah, one of their jobs, definitely.
Well, there you go. I mean, I'm pretty sure that kidney failure can also be a symptom of alcohol abuse.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. Said cat above was 20 pounds from muscle. Okay.
Hmm. Now I wonder, like, what this cat's size was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because, someone my height can be 150 pounds and still look good. But, someone who's 5'3", on the other hand, would be a beach ball.
Yeah.
So I find myself wondering, like, how big was this cat skeletally that they could wear 20 pounds well? Because, I mean, if it's like one of those gigantic ass Maine Coon cats, okay. But if it's like, imagine one of those Egyptian Sphinx cats, but ripped.
There you go. My Merlin had to be part Maine Coon, because God, he was He was big, skeletally, long, and I think he had to have weighed at least 20 pounds.
Don't get me wrong, it would actually be nice if Xander stayed a vaguely kittenish size, because that's adorable, but I also worry about him a little bit that he's not growing like I think he ought to be.
Well, I don't know. You say he's 3 years old. Shouldn't he have grown about as much as he's going to grow?
Actually, he's not 3 yet. He hit 2 this October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, even so, 2 is pretty close to fully grown. I'm hoping his purr comes in, because as it is, I have to put my ear against him to hear it.
Moo.
Yeah. And Blue Eyes. Xander has these amazing golden eyes. They're like almost amber. It's really cool looking.
Oh, so he was a Bond villain.
That's Goldfinger.
Wasn't there a golden eye something or other?
Oh yeah, but that was like Pierce Brosnan Bond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I say that Xander has golden eyes, but Columbia, on the other hand, her eyes are a slightly different color.
Okay, now you've got laser eyes over there.
She's a demon. I'm okay with it.
It is the
Just for friends.
fuffiness.
It's good to have a demon who's a friend.
Yes, sir.
So I never had one, but back in the 80s, there were these, I guess you could call them stuffed animals, called My Pet Monster. And it looked like, something Jim Henson might have dreamed up. Like imagine animal without quite so much hair plus fangs. And it had these like little plastic manacles on it that had been like split down the middle, like it had escaped from a lab or something. It came out like around about the same time as Cabbage Patch Kids and Teddy Ruxpin. And so they were clearly trying to cash in. It's kind of like they tried to make a doll for boys called My Buddy, and then decided, okay, what the hell, and made Kid Sister after. Like, I'm pretty sure that My Buddy came out first, that they didn't come out concurrently. Yeah, it was like a lot of people were trying to cash in on the Cabbage Patch Kid craze.
Daju koristam.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh?
Aw, that's a shame, Mage.
It came with handcuffs?
That's what I said, manacles. That were like split down the middle, so it looked like it had escaped from a lab or something.
Okay.
I'm starting to wonder if you pay attention to the things I say.
Oh, I don't know. I is all foo-foo.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, don't do that. You're gonna get me started.
Big yawn.
Kind of like, when a cat is about to take a nap on your lap and they yawn and it's just like it infects you and you can't help it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that happens to me.
I is the yawning cat.
Xander yawns like every other cat, but when Columbia does it, she pulls her ears back in a way that sort of yanks her eyes almost a little bit shut, and it just sort of looks terrifying. Yeah. And if you catch her at just the right moment with a camera, it kind of looks like she wants to eat your face.
Well, I am definitely going to go night-night after this is over. I do that a lot.
What?
Go night-night.
Oh. I do it usually every night.
And Debbie has the kitty over here. What is being the kitty?
Well, I mean, that's a yawn right there, but it does sort of look like she's about to attack. Done it?
Moo.
I'm just saying.
My oh my. So wait a minute. Is that Seattle or is that?
That was Seattle, yeah.
Okay.
I kind of missed that apartment. That was a really nice place to live. But I had to get out of that town, and sometimes I regret it, but what can you do?
You had to get out of that place. If it was the last thing you ever did.
Okay. Are you feeling well?
Is
Completely doolally?
yeah, huh?
Alright.
Do wappa, do wappa.
A whim away, a whim away?
In the Ogfu, the mighty Ogfu, the Bufu moves tonight. That's what I said, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I did hear you.
The center link in the cuffs allowed him to break them.
We're talking about the... Oh, let me just pull up My Pet Monster so you can fucking see one. Alright. My Pet Monster. They made a movie? I sure hope they didn't. See? My Pet Monster. And those manacles and like apparently the middle could break. You know, to make it look like he was escaping or some crap. Oh wait, there was a picture of him with yeah, there. See, with the little thing there and that there, so you could make him break his chains.
Oh my.
Yeah, that was a thing in the 80s. It looks like they brought it back. But yeah, My Pet Monster.
They also made a cartoon.
So I don't remember any of that. It must either it was on one of the stations that my parents wouldn't like. They wouldn't pay for cable for the longest time, so maybe that's why I missed it. But yeah, like I didn't know they had made any of that.
They baked it and it went boofoo.
It's funny, like I sometimes wonder which shows had the marketing first and which shows had the show first and then they marketed it. Like, because there were some shows in the 80s where it was really clear, or at least it's really clear now, that they were half-hour commercials for toys, right? I mean, at the time, I loved watching the show. I thought the stories and the characters were great, but, like, there were some where it was just so obvious they were advertising the latest toy for the show, right? Whereas other shows, some of them didn't even seem to have marketing at all. And so clearly, like, I guess the writers were more invested because they weren't trying to sell some. I don't know. I wonder sometimes which shows had the marketing and then they made a show around it, and which ones had a show and then they realized they ought to market it. You know what I mean? Making swag.
Moo.
Something I wonder about.
Is really, so really, really, so really full of poo.
Like, I'm pretty sure that Jem and the Holograms, they had the toys first. I'm sure of it. But, oh, and Mask was particularly egregious because every time they would select the right people for the mission, and each character had their own like helmet and vehicle. They had the computer readout list the name and the code name of the character plus the vehicle and all its abilities every time. So it's pretty clear they're saying, okay, kids, if you buy the toy, this is what it's going to do. And this is the name of the toy if you want to remember which one you're trying to get. Like, it was just right up in your face. At the time, I didn't think of that. At the time, I was just like, ooh, that's cool. Look at all these, like, neat sci-fi-ish vehicles that are doing stuff. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure Mask had the toys first and then they made a show for it. But I'm sure also that that's not always the case. You see.
What is you doing to Kitty, huh? The kitty is being a kitty.
Not sure Kitty can help it.
What is you doing, and what is you getting into? And why is you doing that? Who's the cat? Yeah. These kittinesses. And there's only one of them over here, but...
I have two of them. For a while there, I wasn't actually 100% certain if that was the world's best idea, having two cats. Like, Columbia isn't exactly a handful, but when there's two of them, it's that much more kitty litter, that much more food.
Moo.
Making sure you divide your attention relatively evenly, etc. But we're making it work. I'm glad I have Xander in my world now. He is good family.
I don't know. It's always done better with me, with multiple kitties. But a couple times I tried to get a companion for Sylvia here, and it fell through. And then by now, I don't know. I mean, she's going to be 6 years old pretty soon.
Well, Columbia's well into her teens when I got Xander.
Okay.
Mind you, she hated him at first, and they're still not really friends, but, they have a kind of civil detente.
Used to kiddiness. That is what is you is. Yeah. She's a kiddiness. Yeah. I don't know what I would do without her. But...
I don't know.
I don't know. What would I do without you, huh?
I do wonder sometimes, Columbia is no spring chicken. She seems healthy enough, but at some point, she has, let's put it this way, she has less life ahead of her than behind her. That's for damn sure. And I don't know how Xander's going to react. Hell, I don't know how I'm going to react. But, just thinking of their relationship and how, I don't know, love-hate it seems to be. I don't know how Xander will react to her absence.
Yeah, move beef.
And like I say, I don't know how I'll react. I'm sure I won't be happy about it, but I do wonder about Xander's own mental health, his emotional health when it comes to that sort of thing.
Well. You hear this one, right? You are the kitty. Yes, you is. I love the kitty. Always make sure to tell the kitty that I love the kitty when I go off to bleed into a machine.
Yeah. Kitty good. No kitty bad.
Okay, I suppose I should pull the tape up.
Huh?
I suppose I should pull this tape up here.
Oh,
Lord. There we go. Oh, it didn't leak all that much today. How do you like that?
Oh, good. I definitely prefer less leaking.
Yeah, huh?
Wow, I'm surprised you didn't make a joke about leeks. Honestly, that seemed like the kind of thing you'd do.
Leeks is yummy and tasty.
Yes, yes, but I'm saying I'm surprised you didn't make a pun out of it.
Moo.
Or rather, attempt a pun.
2/3 of one. Oh, my.
1/3 of the other?
That too.
33% of the other? I don't know. 33.3 repeating percent of the other.
And then there's this cat. Yeah.
You know, I suppose it must not be, or someone would have mentioned it before, but sometimes I've wondered if pi would be one of those irrational numbers in a different base.
Huh? What?
Well, you know how pi, 3.14159, blah, 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 infinity, right?
Right.
Well, I find myself wondering sometimes if, like, say we were using instead base 6 or base 12 or something, is there any version of pi that ends?
No. It is a transcendental number. And no matter what base you represent it in, yeah, it's always going to be an infinite repeating thing.
Well, because I wonder sometimes, how many of the rules that we know so well fall apart when we're not using base 10.
Couldn't tell you.
It seems like there must be some. I mean, exponent results, like they'd be the same relative results from base to base, but I'm sure figuring out exponents in like base 12 is a pain in the ass. You know? I bet working in bases that are more than 10 rather than less are probably easier if instead of say base 12, instead of 11 and 12, you use like A and B or alpha and beta or something after 10.
Oh, right.
Just because reducing the number of digits has to make it easier.
Well, just the way you do hex in a hexadecimal.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, 0 through 9, and then A through F.
Yeah. That's just what I'm saying is it's probably easier because, if you're like, okay, carry the 2, but not to that one, but to the digit to the left of it. It's got to be fucked up. And imagine if you had to carry the 11. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it has to be kind of cumbersome trying to work with a tens place without adding new, like A through whatever for the new base.
A new soup
What happens if you get to like base 36 and you run out of run out of letters? Suppose you would probably have to start adding Greek letters at that point. But then that would get messed up because there's so many things that use Greek letters already, like in physics and crap.
I wonder how is it the Phoenicians or the Babylonians did it? Because they had some weird ass thing with base 60.
I don't know. I remember hearing about, and I think it's French, where the counting gets really fucked up. Where it's like, 20 is something like 11 plus 9 is the word you use, but then you get to 20 and it's 10-2 or something, and then you get to 21 and it's some crazy shit like 9 plus this divided by that with the wah 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 wah, and it's like, how the frick do you people learn to count?
Well, let's see, what do you have? You have Soissons. Soissons is 60.
11.
Yeah, and then soixante-dix is 70. So you don't have one word. It's 70 is 60-10, and then 80 is 80. which is 4/20s.
It's so fucked up. I mean, I honestly, French sounds like it was designed by committee even more than English.
They were smoking something when they wrote that language.
I don't know. I think it's more likely they dropped something.
Hmm.
Because honestly, like, weed tends to make people a bit more creative, but acid is how you create one of those languages that has like 30 silent letters in it. Plus all of the like umlauts and other shit that goes above and below the vowels. And what the hell is up with that thing in Portuguese where it sort of looks like a C, but with like a Van Dyke? You know the letter I'm talking about? Where it's got a little curly Q under the C?
Oh, that one. I forget what the name is, but I know that one. Yeah.
Like,
It's in
what
French
the
also.
frick? How is that meant to be pronounced?
Moo, I think the way you pronounce it.
Really, I would pronounce it lambda. But, I mean, you know, it's just, it's very weird.
Oh, what do you got over there? We gotta find H. What are French alphabet letters? Here we go.
Well, I made reference to Portuguese, but yeah. Portuguese C letter thing. Sadia? Yeah, well, that's the right letter. I guess it's called a Sadia. Unless a double L is not pronounced the same as Spanish and Portuguese. In which case it would be Sedilla. But I'm going to stick with Sadia. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's got a pronunciation thingy right there, and I'm at least really damn close. It's only used under the C. And the whole letter is called a C trincata, apparently. Interesting. But what does it do? It's used to mark vowel nasalization in many languages of sub-Saharan Africa, including Vute, I don't know, from Cameroon. It's a diacritical mark to modify pronunciation. At first I thought nasalization was nasalization, which is a font I have that looks like NASA script typeface thing.
Moo.
Yeah. Okay, it's weird because I don't even actually see it in Portuguese. Pretty sure they use it in Portuguese, but oh, I don't know. Whatever, I've lost interest because this has gotten difficult. And it will have zero effect on my life. I have no intention of going to a Portuguese-speaking country.
Aww.
Well... What are you doing? You seem to have gotten lost down a rabbit hole, and neither of us is speaking.
I is looking at that C with the little og thing on it.
Oh.
The C with the dick. Yeah.
Well, all right, if that's the way you want to
That's a dick hanging
describe
down
it.
there. Yeah.
Sure.
And it says what you got in many languages. The strange C represents the soft sound S, where a C, the regular one, would normally represent the hard sound These include the Catalan and the French and the Occitan, Occitan, or Portuguese.
They're making a biopic of Weird Al's life. Guess who's gonna play him?
Weird Al.
No.
Let's see. Who's gonna
You'll
play?
never get it.
Let's see. I gotta think of who's gonna. Me.
No.
No.
You're never gonna guess.
You sure it's not Yogi Bear?
I bet if I told you, even just like the most famous character this actor has ever played, you still wouldn't know his name.
Agfu.
No, he didn't play Ogfu, and that's not his name either.
Oh.
No guesses?
No guesses.
No serious guess? Okay, Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. I mean, it's kind of funny having a British kid playing Weird Al, but...
Yeah, actually. Yeah, strangely
I
enough,
guess I can kind of see it.
Strangely enough, I do know who Daniel Radcliffe is, yes.
That is curious.
Played Harry Potter. Kayla Chow show followed me. I thought that was already done, no?
What? What?
I just got followed by the Kayla Chow show.
Who?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But that's what it's called, Kayla Chow show.
Okay.
Moo, 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 moo. So what am I doing right now? 3,780 followers. Not that I'm counting or anything.
I actually gained like a buttload in the last couple of days, actually. Like, let me see. Where am I here? 2,674 were like 2 days ago. I was at 2,666. So, I don't know what I posted that got me a bunch of new followers, but all of a sudden they were like, hey, we'll follow you.
Mao. How long has your job existed in society? If your job has existed more than 100 years, please tell me in the comments.
Sorry, what?
Oh, there's from Neurocandies here on the Twitter. Says, how long has your job existed in society? If your job is listed more than 100 years, please tell me in the comments.
Computer animator is unlikely to be 100 years.
Beta Volakista.
Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, good. I like terrible things.
Is masturbating while smoking weed called masturblazing? No, it's called hijacking. No, guys, it's called weed whacking.
Oh, jeez.
Oy. Yeah.
It is the Ogden the Foo, is what it is. Yes. Very, 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 very full of poo. And there's a cat over here who wants attention. Yes, you want attention. And I'll give you the attention and you'll run away. And I do need to clean your cat box, I know. I know.
It's funny, my cats don't tend to react to cat meows that come out of speakers. I think I saw Xander do it once, but for the most part, if it's coming out of speakers, they don't care.
Okay. So they know the difference between a speaker and a cat.
Seems to be.
Meow.
I don't know.
Meow.
I didn't think cats really had that. Because, like, you've seen videos of cats batting at things on screens, right?
Meow.
Well, I mean, same sort of deal. Like, I would have thought cats would hear sound and think it was as real as what they see on the TV, but apparently, if it's coming out of a speaker, there must be some quality to it that humans can't really easily detect, but to cats, make it sound unreal somehow. I don't know.
You'll have to ask the little one. What do you think, honey?
It's kind of like watching a film that was made before we had HD, and then watching something that's HD and like it's so totally different. Because it is. Like seriously, there was a time before I got an HD TV where HD was actually so crisp that it went a little bit uncanny valley for me. It didn't look right. It like the lines were too good, and it didn't look like real life anymore. I've gotten used to it, but
Meow.
you know.
Meow.
So maybe it's the same with cats. Maybe they hear something coming out of a speaker and it lacks the reality of a real meow. Or maybe they're just smart enough to know it's fake.
The kitties is smart. Yes, they is.
Well, I've known some kitties who are pretty fucking dumb, but
Is you a dumb kitty or is you a smart kitty? Hmm? I know Winston was absolutely dumb. He was so dumb, he was lovable. Yes.
So, she doesn't do as much anymore, but Columbia used to, like, if she wanted to rub up against something and mark it, she would bash her head against it so hard. And I was like, Columbia, why? That sounded like, I mean, I could hear, it sounded like a hollow coconut when you knocked your head against that thing. You don't seem to mind, but why? You just bashed your head against it so hard, I was startled. It was weird. She doesn't do it anymore, but she used to.
Put the lime in the coconut and hit it on the wall?
Something like that.
Okay.
It's like, it's weird when she decided to ring her own bell.
NBC, ring my chimes. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. 601 subscribers.
Ooh.
601.
Isn't that a style of Levi's jeans? Like, I know they have 501, but I swear they get up into the 6s at some point.
I don't know. I bought so many pairs of jeans years ago that I haven't needed to buy a pair of jeans in a long time.
Oh, jeez.
I've got jeans in like 5 different sizes.
Microsoft is buying Activision and Blizzard. Son of a bitch.
Well, that's all business is anymore, isn't it?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
buying
but
other.
I'm still pissed about it. I mean, like, seriously, that's making me all kinds of angry.
Mage had a kittiness who would run as fast as she could down the hall and go head first into the wall.
Well, in my old place in Seattle, I had wood floors, and like Columbia, if she got like she wanted to run somewhere, either she built up her speed slowly or she ran in place for about 2 or 3 like foot beats or whatever, because like she couldn't get purchase. It was like you're in sock feet kind of thing. And then if she tried to take a corner, she would fishtail around the corner because her feet, her back paws wouldn't stop. Like her front paws had, and so she had to compensate, and it was really funny to watch her running around on those wooden floors. I miss that.
I miss wooden floors. Wooden floors are nice.
Well, yes and no. In winter, they kind of suck.
Well, that's when you wear thick socks.
Yeah, but it still sucks. I don't like having to wear thick socks. I like being able to if I so choose. And obviously my choice will be revolving around comfort, so don't be a wise ass.
Pero costaia cara sopatrini. Yeah, but you get a nice shine on those oak floors, which you simply can't do anymore since they're so expensive.
I think what we're losing sight of is that you can totally reenact that scene from Risky Business on wood floors.
Teste betraye?
Oh my gosh, do not tell me you don't know that scene from Risky Business. Everyone knows that scene from Risky Business where Tom Cruise is basically just wearing a shirt and he slides down the floors. That music plays and he's got like shades on or something. Da 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 da. You know that scene. Oh, you cannot be serious. You don't know that scene.
I will trust you.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. How do you not like, even if you've never seen the movie, you've seen that shot.
I don't get out of the house much.
Okay, most people don't get out of the house when they watch these things. Not anymore. You know, I mean, I never left the house to see Risky Business, except as far as it was like I brought it home from the video store kind of nonsense, you know? And these days, I'm sure it's streaming somewhere. But it doesn't even have to be. You've seen that. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll show it to you and you'll go, oh, that. Risky Business. Yeah, there it is. Underpants Dance Hard. Okay. Share a window. This bad boy go. And let me real quick with the off with the sounding part, because there we go. And then, yes, I am sharing. Okay. Oh, come on. Fast forward. Yeah. Okay, here we go. That.
Okay.
You've seriously never seen that shot? Ever?
Okay, it would be the first time.
Oh my gosh, that's just like even people who weren't born yet when this movie came out have seen that shot. What's wrong with you?
Well, I've seen and heard Emanuel Ax playing Chopin.
Yes, but Chopin sucks because he's old. That's just not a fun genre of music. And it doesn't help that just like the social implications of listening to that stuff is you're snooty and pretentious and stuck up.
I happen to like Chopin. Not as much as Beethoven, but you know.
Yeah, you need to branch out and listen to some popular music.
Some Bach.
No, contemporary popular music. As defined by genres and not the way you would personally define popular.
As in Percy Granger.
Whoever the fuck that is.
Some people, they just don't know the good stuff.
Columbia, when she was little, I mean, just, ugh.
It's a kitty.
Right? She was very tiny when she was young. Now she's just a big old fat ass.
Teeny.
And, you know, the definition of happiness, even if I wasn't completely awake. There's just something about sacking out with a kitty.
It is the fufu-ness.
And of course, Columbia loves herself a sunbeam. I mean, most cats do, but Columbia really loves her sunbeam.
I don't see a toaster.
And I'm better now.
Oh, que te pere que se catapoloco. I don't know. Is there the sunbeam toasters anymore? Do they still exist?
Probably. I'd say almost certainly. In fact, I think it may not be my toaster, but I'm pretty sure I have one of their appliances somewhere.
Sunbeam toaster.
And then, of course, there were those times when Columbia would snuggle up with Howie. But that was back when I had a couch, and it was a lot easier to have those two together. Oh.
Teeny.
Oh. That is just so adorable. Oh.
Oh, look, you could get a. This is an Og and a Foo. You can get a vintage Sunbeam radiant control automatic toaster used for $495.
Sounds like a bargain.
Oh my. Sunbeam 2-slice wide slot toaster. I don't see.
She has a tendency to be in the way, but adorably so.
I don't see a price
for
this 2-slice wide slot toaster.
Okay.
Is I see that thing, but there's no the price.
You're putting a lot of effort into this toaster business.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can buy them at CVS and Walgreens and Target and Squalmart and Woman with One Tit Cut Off and
what?
Yes, sir. Amazon.
Oh. Yeah, you know, I have to say I probably would have objected to that.
What? Having one cut off?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I know it can interfere a little bit with archery, but still, I think I would have said no.
It is the Og and it is the Foo.
Yes.
And Mage has a Sunbeam toaster oven.
Oh. Okay.
Now, can you toast a cat in the toaster oven?
If you slice it enough.
I would rather have unsliced loaves of bread.
Okay, why?
Because there's more surface area in the sliced bread and it goes stale faster.
Okay, but that sounds like the opposite of the greatest thing.
Well, yeah.
That one took you a minute.
Moo. I'm half asleep.
Excuses, excuses.
I've been had by
Ah,
a cat who would run up the wall. She doesn't do it anymore.
Xander has tried, all in service of catching that elusive red dot, of
Uh-huh.
course.
Yep.
But he's tried.
Sylvia could get pretty far up the wall.
Hmm. I've been told I've driven people up the wall.
No comment.
You know, it's a shame that Stool isn't here right now because I just found this.
Ah, questa bella cotta.
Well, you know. But actually, I don't think I've seen him here for a little bit. What happened to the fella, I wonder?
I don't know. He dropped out of sight because I asked about him a little while back, and trying to remember if it was Greg or Dave had said that he had made a post a little while before, but yeah, because he had he had a problem getting that Christmas gift that I tried to send him, and Royal Post ended up sending it back, and I got a refund on it. And I don't know. I have to figure out what's going on.
I will be right back. I need to hydrate.
De agora sa te petrada. It is the egg and the thing and oh, okay, okay. Moo 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 moo. Thank you, Mage. I do worry about him from time to time. Do hope he's all right, or as all right as he can manage. Mm.
I are back.
Mage said that he ran out of data for internet service. Stool did.
What? Oh,
Mage said that Stool ran out of data.
how does that work?
I don't know how. The way they do it in Britain is really weird. I think they charge by the byte or some shit like that.
Wow, I like the whole flat monthly fee stuff.
Yeah. What I really
Oh,
like is there's really no long distance stuff anymore. I could call
long
anywhere
distance
in the
charges?
country. Say again?
Long distance charges, you mean?
Yeah, I could call anywhere in the country on one flat fee.
Well, you can pretty much call anywhere in the world. At least on mine, I can.
Okay. I haven't tried calling outside of the U.S. lately.
Well, back when I was still talking to the ex-parents, I was calling Mexico, so yeah.
I mean, it's not that I don't have people to talk to on the other side of the world. It's just that I haven't got around to doing it.
Hmm. Well, I wasn't doing it with my phone, it was Skype, but for a while there I was having the odd chat with some folks, like New Zealand and places like that. I have a friend in China. We rarely speak anymore just because of the time difference, but
Yeah. Well, that was what I ran into. I don't, you know Not Jaw Witness?
sure.
He and I used to talk a whole hell of a lot. And the thing was, though, that it was a little difficult because when he was just getting up, I was heading off to bed. And when I was just getting up, he was heading off to bed. I think there's something like 15 hours difference from here to Brisbane.
Hmm.
So we didn't talk as much as we would have liked to. But now he's all busy with Nervardius, so he's got stuff to do.
Well, it helps that I, work from home. I'm my own boss. I set my own schedule. And so when, I was chatting with some of my friends in other countries, really far away, other time zones, I was available for their schedule. You
Okay,
see.
then, yeah. And then used to talk to Peter the Tucker quite a bit. About Gotta Go For It or Gonna Go For It.
Maybe. Maybe. Well, let's put it this way. Pretty darn sure I know the name.
Yeah, he's in Holland, and especially when we were both on the movie night panel, we used to talk a lot. But,
That's probably why the name sounds familiar, unless this is someone who was not on movie night, like in its current incarnation.
Not in its current incarnation, no. Yeah, Peter dropped off before Jeff died.
Well, I was on the panel this last time. It was pretty fun. Did you know they moved it to Saturday nights?
I saw that. I have to see if I can show up there once or twice every now and then, see what happens.
Well, if I ever start doing game night again, it'll like that was always on Fridays. So if movie night is not on Friday anymore, that's actually really good for me.
To bojeke. And Chef Boyardee.
Oh, this is such a stupid idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. There's these like marshmallow dehydrated, the sort of marshmallows they put in like hot chocolate packets.
What, are you going to buy a tub of them?
Well, 8 ounces.
That's a lot of them.
But it's very much a problem for stoner munchies. But like one of the things that I was doing for a while was buying the sugary cereals, and when you get the munchies, you kind of can polish off a box in a couple of hours,
Yeah.
if not less. So it's probably for the best that I don't have those sugary cereals around, lest I want to turn into a potato. But I do so love those dehydrated marshmallows. I don't know why. There's something about, I guess, the texture. I guess like the way they're crunchy. I guess I like that. I don't know.
It's like chewing on asbestos, right?
Well, if it's tasty. But the thing is, the marshmallows I just purchased are vanilla flavor, and you know how I feel about vanilla.
Das hat der Beräusche. Yes.
So, it might be a really bad idea I just did that, but, well...
That's something I need to do, is get some cocoa powder. Because I haven't had hot chocolate in a while.
Well, I know I mentioned it before. I bought on a whim those Lucky Charms hot chocolate packets. Now, you need 2 of the packets of hot chocolate if you're going to fill up like the mug that I usually use. Otherwise, it'll be super, super watery. But they gave you, unlike usual, they gave you a separate packet of marshmallows. So, like, ordinarily, you'd put the powder in and the marshmallows would go in by default with it. And, by the time it was ready to drink, they would have more or less dissolved almost entirely. But with the separate packet, you can throw them in when you're ready to drink it, so they don't dissolve before you get to them. I like that. But it got to a point where I was just eating the fucking marshmallows out of the packet, and then I would make hot chocolate later, and I figure, what the hell, let's just cut out the middleman and get a thing of the marshmallows. At least I won't be eating the Lucky Charms with them. Is it?
There you go.
So, I have a plan. It may not be a smart plan, but I have a plan. I mean, I don't know. How many calories do you suppose are in, like dehydrated marshmallows?
Can't be too many because the stuff is made of inedible fiber, isn't it?
I don't know what marshmallows are made from, but my point being is there are a lot of snacks out there that we tend to think of as like at least super bad for us calorie wise, where it turns out no. I mean, they may be really bad for us in terms of what's in them, but you could eat this stuff all damn day and not gain an ounce just because it doesn't have that many calories in them.
Like salt.
Seriously, that like, well, no, I mean, like they're okay. A can of Red Bull is like 160 calories.
So
I would guess it's closer to like 300.
Well, if you have a case of this stuff, you still pack it on.
Well, sure, but my point is that a single serving is way less. Like the rate of calorie per like volume or whatever the fuck is not as high as I would have expected.
I want to know how they determine the serving. I mean, do they come up with a number of calories they want to advertise and then adjust the serving size to that?
Well, I have noticed lately, because I always paid attention to that stuff too, that most things where it's like a small serving, and you say, oh yeah, this is only 100 calories, but the serving size is 2, and there's like 100 of them in this bag, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where they used to say that lately, it's actually been like, here's what we consider to be one serving next to whole package.
Okay.
I've been seeing that a lot lately, and I'm glad they do it.
Yeah, because, I mean, some of us will eat the whole damn package. Whereas the serving size that they'll give you is like, 12 milligrams.
Right.
What you got on the egg thing? Yakarosta, mente beredigalagetishi.
Servings per container, serving size 1 cup, calories per serving per container. That kind of thing. I've been seeing that a lot.
Moo.
This thing of, I'm assuming, ice cream. 870 calories for that whole deal right there. Actually, that might be... No, that looks like an ice cream container, yeah. Actually, in fact, down here, does it say? Oh, well, here we go. January 2nd, 2020, new food labels compare nutrition facts in one serving size versus the whole package. Is that a law? It would have to be a law, otherwise they'd never do it. Am I right?
Moo.
So, yeah, it's gotten a lot easier to figure out how to control your intake now. Just saying.
Well, I can control my intake pretty well. All I have to do is sleep all day. And
but it also struck me as interesting how few calories there really is in sugar.
Oh, right.
Like everyone says, oh, yeah, sugar's so bad for you, it'll make you fat. And I'm like, okay, but you could probably down a whole packet of like sugar cubes, and the worst you'd get is diabetes.
It is the agfu. Because carbohydrates are less calorie dense than fats are.
Okay. And for some reason, I'm reminded of a meme that goes around from time to time about like a kid doing a word problem. The word problem's like the teacher says, okay, if you have 10 candy bars and Todd comes by and takes 7, how many candy bars do you have? And the kid goes, 10. The teacher's like, no, Todd took 7. How many do you have left? Okay, I have 10 and Todd has a broken nose. That kind of it's like, okay. But there was another one that went around where it's like, okay, if you have 200 candy bars that you got at Halloween, and then you ate like 50% of them. What do you have? And the kid goes, diabetes. You know, I mean, good answer, but not what we were looking for.
Okay, this is interesting here.
It's like, look, we wanted a number. Okay, type 2 diabetes. I don't. So,
Um, okay, so according to this thing, a pound of sugar has 1,775 calories, which is about half the number of calories in a pound of fat.
and you know, I saw studies recently that said sugar doesn't make kids hyper either, that that's a myth.
Oh, okay.
I would imagine it was devised, I suppose, is the word I'm looking for, because you can't say come up with it, whatever. By just mothers who wanted to limit kids' sugar intake in the first place. They probably just said, oh yeah, it'll make you hyper. I don't want you to be hyper. And then somewhere along the line, people just started believing the lie. You know, like maybe it was, I was taught this as a kid, therefore it must have been true. I'll teach it to my kids. It's like, you know, that story that goes around, like, why do you cut the ends off?
Yeah, huh?
Well, you know.
My head went right there. Yep.
Yep. Now I want meatloaf. They used to have these meatloaves, I don't know, that you could buy at the supermarket that were like pre-prepared. You just stuck them in the oven for a while.
Yeah, huh?
And they haven't had them since the pandemic, which I guess I get, but they haven't had them since the pandemic. You see.
Moo.
So, I wish that were different.
Shedakadabashte gabarodye. No, I don't know what I said, and I'm not even sure I care. Yeah, pound of fat is about 3,500 calories.
Well, I try not to consume that much.
You don't eat bacon, do you?
Not all that frequently.
Oh, darn it.
Well, I mean, I like it a lot. It's just the opportunity doesn't present itself that often. I don't like to cook it at home just because I'm never sure what to do with the fat. So,
no, that's easy. No, well, you fry the bacon, and you have the fat in there, and in the bacon fat you fry the liver and the onions.
Yeah, I might fry onions. There will be no liver in this house unless it's inside a living creature that I love and will not be slaughtering for food.
Liver is good for you. It's yummy and tasty.
No, see, even if it's good for you, yummy and tasty, no.
I don't know. Some of these people, they just don't know the good stuff is. They don't
It's
know
true,
that.
you don't.
Oh my, because it is so good for you, and it's packed full of vitamins and minerals
and bile.
Well, one thing you could do. There are two things you could do. Number one, you could get calf's liver, which has a little bit less of the stuff.
No, we're not getting any liver in any fashion. It's just not going to happen.
And then the other thing you do is you soak it in milk first.
No, ew, nasty.
And then you eat it all up, and it's good for you, and it's got
see,
iron.
If I'm gonna do anything like that, I'm gonna put the lime and the coconut and drink them both up.
With the liver and the onion.
Nope.
As a matter of fact, that's what I might do tonight.
Okay.
I might make some liver. I haven't had liver in a while. Oh my. Oh, ah. You know, it is really tasty and yummy.
Yes, I do, but I'm pretty sure you're about to name something that isn't. And you probably think you're funny or clever for thinking of that, but actually it's tired and trite at this point, and you really should find some new material.
Oh my. How about Kishka?
I don't eat quiche. Too many eggs. I mean, let's face it, quiche is scrambled egg pie. Ew.
Well, even quiche works. It works.
What do you mean it works?
It's tasty enough.
That's not an answer to my question, but okay.
Spinach quiche.
Okay, so you're making quiche worse now. Got it.
Stuff's pretty darn good. It really is.
Uh, See, the thing is that so much of what you describe of your diet is could best be described as what I would be throwing out. You see.
And then, of course, there's the stuzzanini.
The what of the what now?
The stuzzanini is pickled pig's feet.
Sure.
Yeah. And let's not forget the chicken paprikash.
Yeah, see, you're not funny in any way.
No, but it's tasty and yummy and delicious and nutritious.
See, you say that about so many things, but no.
And zaprashka. Zaprashka is yummy and tasty.
Okay, well, whatever.
Oh my! And
Well, I
halushki.
really should think of what to make for dinner today. I mean, it is, what, 6:30 already, and the only thing I've eaten in quite some time is popcorn.
How about you make some halushki?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, and I almost certainly lack necessary ingredients. No, I was thinking about like a stir fry, because that's most of what I eat, although I could just have cereal straight up. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
And if I make a stir fry, would I make noodles or rice? I haven't been making rice as much lately because it takes so fucking long to cook.
halushki is fried cabbage and onions and noodles.
What kind of noodles?
Oh, your basic egg noodles. You know
What
the
is this thing called again?
halushki.
And where's it from?
It's an Eastern European dish.
Right. It sounds like something I'd probably eat if it was Asian.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, what was it? Cabbage and onions and noodles?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, throw some teriyaki chicken in there and you got something.
Uh,
You know? Make the noodles yakisoba or possibly ramen, I guess. But that sounds like a pretty decent meal with proper Asian spices, lots of ginger, all of that. Garlic, of course. Garlic goes so well in Asian food, especially East Asian food. Although I'm sure it's great in curry too. Um, Indian curry, I mean. I don't know. Do they use garlic in like a lot of the Thai curries? I'm not sure. Not important. Point
I
being
think.
that I
I think
really
so.
like. I mean, a lot of those Asian dishes that I like use cabbage, and it really has barely any taste at all. So I guess it's fine.
This
I
looks.
wonder if cabbage tastes like something if it's not in a dish.
If cabbage tastes like something, if it's not in a dish.
Well, like how lettuce barely has any taste at all.
Well, cabbage to my palate has a little bit more of a taste than lettuce does.
Okay.
Um,
But
try-
but it's probably still pretty freaking mild, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
Well,
This is
I
something
think that's kind of my
interesting here.
point. Is I'm not sure what cabbage tastes like when it's not in a dish where all of the other flavors overwhelm it.
I mean, cabbage and broccoli taste very similar.
Cabbage and broccoli taste similar?
They're the same damn plant.
That doesn't make a damn bit of difference. I mean, different apples taste different from each other.
I said similar, not identical.
Yeah, well, maybe it's because I'm a super taster, but I'm pretty sure they're not similar. Broccoli, if nothing else, has a much stronger flavor.
Okay. I mean, I love them both. I'll eat them all up.
Well, see, that's the thing, is I really like broccoli. I'm largely indifferent to cabbage.
Good old coleslaw
Ugh.
and like I said, the halushki and the halupki. That's yummy and tasty. Oh my word. Cabbage rolls. You ever have those?
Okay.
Um,
I'd rather just get sushi.
the way I've had them is a ground meat with rice and roll that up in cabbage and then simmer that in a bed of sauerkraut.
Ugh.
Yeah, tasty.
Oh, and it sounds like someone actually can pronounce sauerkraut like an American.
The sauerkraut, yeah.
Jackass. You just do it to stand out, and it's not funny. No, but oh, there was something I was about to wonder, and now I don't remember. Oh, that's right. I keep meaning, there's a decent pastry section in my supermarket. I keep meaning to look and see whether they have cannolis.
Okay.
I haven't had a good cannoli hell, I haven't had a cannoli in frickin' ages. I want a cannoli.
I haven't had a cannoli since the last time I was in New Jersey.
One of my favorite lines in the movie Demolition Man, Sylvester Stallone's driving a police car and he hits something, and rather than airbags, it deploys this white glop that hardens into foam around him. And when he manages to get himself out of it, he turns to Sandra Bullock. He goes, 1 minute I'm driving, the next thing the car turns into a cannoli.
Jeez, okay.
It slayed me because it was actually the first time I'd ever heard anyone mention cannolis on screen. Like I knew all about them because Sicilian Family, but I'd never heard them mentioned in pop culture until that movie.
Okay then.
I don't know what to tell you, except that Xander climbed aboard a few minutes ago and he seems to be enjoying being petted. Yes, he does. Oh, look at that. He looked up at me and said the whole, I want you to rub my cheek.
Yeah, sure, that's what he said.
Not so much the under chin. Columbia likes under her chin. Xander likes his cheeks done. Doesn't he, Xander?
Wait a minute.
Yes, he does. Oh, who's my little Zandy Boo? So I heard somewhere that cats, they know their names, but apparently they really only know the last syllable of their name. Or last one or two. If I said "der," Xander might know that better than Xander, whereas Columbia, I guess if I said Bia, she might. I don't know if that's true, but I read about it.
I know definitely my Winston knew when I was talking to him, even if I wasn't facing him. There were times I was just talking to the kitties, and there's 3 cats in the room, and I look toward the ceiling, and you, meaning Winston, and he looks up. What? See, seems to have known that I was addressing him.
Well, fair enough, I suppose.
Now what we got on the egg thing over here? Mage says my quiche contains several types of cheese and broccoli. Yay, yay.
I mean, yeah, well, okay. I mean, I guess egg, cheese, and broccoli makes a decent omelet. Maybe it'd make a decent quiche. I don't know.
Yay.
Throw some bacon in there. I bet I'd like quiche if it had meat. But the few times I've had it, it was basically just a slab of egg, usually with vegetables in it that I do not want to eat. But even if it was just plain, I mean...
Yummy, tasty spinach quiche.
But it's egg pie.
Yeah,
that's
basically.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying is if you take a bunch of like omelet ingredients and bake it into the pie, then all of a sudden it starts to look good. But if it's like 1 or 2 vegetables and egg, ugh, you know?
Oh,
Make it closer to a toaster scramble and I'm interested.
If there's something I haven't had in a very long time is a Western omelet.
Figures that'd be the omelet of choice for you. The one that's got chunks of potato in it that are way too big for me. Not nearly crispy enough.
It's yummy and it's tasty and it's nutritious and it's delicious.
Yeah, I'd rather have the more thinly sliced hash browns.
I gotta think here.
Same ingredient, but crispier.
Is there something I could do with frying up hash browns and then cracking 4 eggs over it and stirring it all together and serving it up? I wonder if that would work.
See, this is how I like my potatoes. Nice and crispy like that, you see. And thin, so that it's not like full of potato, it's just the crispy potato. You know, and I mean, these things are decent, provided you get the outside crispy enough.
Like, let's put
it this way, if I had to choose between potato chips and, say, steak fries, chips all the way, because they're not so heavy the way steak fries are.
You know, that's something I haven't done. I'm gonna have to try making my own potato chips someday. Just to say I've done it.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly the same, but I do like to, I mean, I mentioned this before, slice potatoes really, really, really thin to where they're almost transparent, and then fry that up, basically making like little crispy silver dollar potatoes. And it's really, really good. It's not exactly the same as potato chips, obviously, but you know, if you fry them to where they're crispy enough, they're close.
Moo.
Yeah. Actually, I bet ground beef would work pretty well in a quiche too. In fact, I'm starting to wonder about, like, okay, reduce the proportion of the eggs in there and then throw something like salsa in, you know? Or I don't know.
All right.
What else goes with eggs? I mean, it's weird to me that salsa goes with eggs, but it so totally does.
I see a recipe over here for a hamburger quiche. Ground beef, deep dish pie, cheddar cheese, eggs. Starate. Mesto stoju kerekata peroto popalikata. Now you gotta sing.
Quiche. I mean, I guess that looks palatable. Nope, that's not it. There we go.
Oh, God. Oh!
It looks decent, I suppose. I'd try that.
Nesta taray. Daya korsa.
I would almost want to make it like, I mean, if it's going to be hamburger, why not throw in some of the other like hamburger ingredient? Maybe put some like lettuce, tomato, I don't know, onions, kind of thing. Heck, why not just I mean, I would probably put ketchup on top of it. Make it really like a hamburger pie.
Sauerkraut.
You don't put sauerkraut on anything except the garbage, so no.
And Kishka. I love Kishka. I have to get a Kishka someday.
You gotta do what now?
I have to get a Kishka. I haven't had a Kishka in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But you got on the acting how to eat liver and onions. The first picture's good.
Yeah, but that's step one. It's step 2 through 4 that are important.
Oh my! But yeah, I think I will make some liver. It'll be good.
So what?
I will make some liver tonight.
Oh, thank goodness. That is so not what I heard.
It'll be yummy and tasty. But I'll get dishes all dirty. Oh well.
I see a picture of Spider-Man. It says, as long as it's not liver and onions, I will be happy. See, the thing is, I don't object to the onions. And I don't object to a dish that's just meat and onions. It's the fact that it's liver that's the problem. But like anything but organs, you know? I'll eat flesh, but not guts.
It's tasty and yummy. It really is.
Except it's guts, and that's the problem. It doesn't matter. Like, it could taste like ambrosia, but I'm not eating it because it's liver. Like, it's not about how it tastes. It's about what it's made of.
I don't know. That's kind of, well, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but ad hoc, no, that doesn't work. But
well, let's put it this way. Flesh usually doesn't include nasty fluids and solids and gelatinous gross stuff going in and out of it, whereas the liver is processing toxins, it's producing bile, it's gross, you see. Flesh is okay, the worst you'll get is blood or fat. But you know, eating, say, haggis involves, like, parts of an animal where the poo gets processed, and thank you, but no thank you. In fact, if I eat too much of that stuff, I'll probably end up like you and singing a poo song till I die.
Full of poo-poo.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, is like, I will not eat anything that, you know, is involved in processing waste. Just not going to happen.
So you will have scrambled eggs and brains.
I'm not going to be eating brains either. I told you, flesh, sure, but that's it. Like, I limit my food into my meat intake to flesh. And that's that.
Oh my. Nice fleshy brains.
No.
Nice fleshy liver.
I have to say, I prefer it if my food isn't gray. Actually, I don't know. Do brains change color if you cook them?
Yeah.
Wonder what color they be. Probably brown, but still, I wonder what color they become.
Yeah, the white matter goes transparent. And the gray matter gets kind of brownish. Yeah.
It sounds sickly.
It's yummy.
Brains?
Mm-hmm.
You've eaten brains?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was raised by Eastern Europeans. Come on.
Okay, but human brains?
No. Calves' brains.
Ugh, it's so gross. I'm sorry, but that is disgusting.
And with scrambled eggs. Yum.
It's true, Mage. Sauerkraut would make very decent compost. Actually, I'm not sure it would. With all that vinegar, wouldn't stuff get preserved? Nachos sounds good. I wish I had the supplies for nachos. But if I wanted, I should have picked up some mozzarella. Oh well. I'm still having a hard time finding a casserole dish that's like decent for one person and has a lid and is like microwave, dishwasher, and oven safe.
I found some nice casserole dishes, but they're not the shape you want.
Yeah, I have that Corningware dish. I want something that's just like that but with a lid. Hell, maybe like I don't even know if the one I have is this, that, or the other thing safe because it doesn't say it on it. Um, it's a good bet that it is, but I don't want to risk it.
Mm.
But even so, I could just buy a lid for it.
Desktop ya.
Oh, you're giving me that look, Xander. And now you're not because your eyes are closed because you like the way I'm petting your chin.
Sauerkraut is an integral part of a Reuben sandwich. Yum, 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 yum. Yum. Yum, yum.
I don't actually know what else is in a Reuben sandwich, and I don't care because the sauerkraut is a complete and total deal breaker.
It's built around corned beef.
Yeah, I've never had corned beef.
Really?
Well, not knowingly.
Oh, wow.
Well, let's put it this way. It's possible I've had it and no one said, "Hey, Kate, this beef is corned." It just never came up.
Okay.
I'm not even sure what corned beef is.
It's beef brisket that's being processed in potassium nitrate.
And that doesn't help me even a little bit.
I don't know any other way to put it.
Well, you listed a lot of chemicals, but what I'm really asking is, what's it like?
It's the kind of stuff that you get at a Jewish deli.
Not helpful.
Along with
I'm talking about what does it taste like, what's the texture like, etc., etc. The experience of eating it. Describe it.
It's not that different to pastrami.
Oh, what's it taste like though?
Um, Not quite as sharp as pastrami.
On what planet is pastrami sharp?
Well, to my palate, it's a little bit on the sharp side.
Huh. To me, it's about as mild a meat as you can get, except for the spices.
Move beef.
I don't know what to tell you. Xander, will you unhook your claw from my shirt, you silly muppet?
Meow, meow,
Hmm.
meow, meow.
He keeps giving me a look, and I don't know if that look is like pet me more, or if that look is expecting me to do something else that unfortunately I cannot translate from cat. Looks like you can buy canned corned beef, but I imagine it's probably way too similar to Spam.
It's not the same. No, canned corned beef and the stuff that you get at Zuckerman's Deli. No, it's not the same.
Not what I meant. I said it probably resembles Spam quite a bit. The canned stuff.
Well, not the same texture or anything, but in its own way, it's that basement quality.
I don't know, it's weird. Like, sometimes it seems like all of the good food is just not in supermarkets.
Oh, right, right.
mean, I guess a lot of it is just, well, you have to buy it by knowing somebody because you have that much clout kind of thing. I don't know.
It's a
Um,
yeah, it's all at the Polish butchers and everything else. Yeah.
I was thinking more like at Bill Gates's house, but all right. Um, Point being, the it seems like everything that claims to be high quality that you can buy at a brick and mortar store just isn't up to the standard that I would expect for something that claims to be quality.
Oh man, I tell you, I wish I could get you out here to Strip District Meats, because say what you will about some of the stuff in their selection, they've got some really good food, really good meat.
Okay. I don't know. I suppose, well, one thing is that I can be very, 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 very happy with food that a lot of people would turn up their nose at. I mean, like, there's a lot of gourmet food out there, quote unquote gourmet, that just sounds absolutely just ludicrously disgusting. And I would rather have Mickey D's than I would ever want to have, say, for example, foie gras.
No thanks on the foie gras.
It just sounds nasty, and the way they make it is horrible, and I don't want anything to do with it.
I've had caviar. I was not impressed.
Yeah, I'm not interested in caviar in any way. I will say, though, that I'm very curious about Kobe beef.
Oh, I don't know how good that stuff is compared with everything else. I mean, I know it's like $900 a pound, but is it really worth it? I don't know.
Well, if I'm ever like uber rich to the point where, $900 a pound is meaningless, I'll give it a try once before I start doing charity. Because let's face it, if I was really fucking rich, I'd be doing philanthropy all the hell over the place.
Dobrajnie.
So there's that. But I mean, I don't know.
Mm. Of course, you could have some nice chicken paprikash.
Seriously, you need to get new material. Like you keep using the same jokes over and over, and it's gotten very old.
But it's yummy.
What?
It's yummy.
Yeah, but you say it too much.
Especially with the dumplings.
Still have a hard time getting past that word. It
What word?
sounds like,
Dumplings?
yeah, it sounds like something you do in the toilet. Hey, look, there's dumplings. I better flush.
The chocobaligi.
Yeah. Although I have to say, my favorite euphemism for dropping a deuce is drop the kids off at the pool. I love that one.
Meow.
That's hilarious.
Meow.
But I'm also a complete and total child, so that's
Yes,
why.
yes. No argument there.
Hmm.
Oh, my. Oh, and duck à l'orange. Yummy.
Well, I've never had it.
Oh, every now and then I'll make it, and it's quite fatty, as duck is, but I rather like that.
Hmm. Well, I mean, fatty isn't so bad. The problem with duck was that it was greasy and squishy and slimy. I mean, like I've had things that are fatty, like say bacon, but they're crispy fatty. Where the duck that I was eating was just slimy,
Hmm.
and I didn't like that.
Somebody didn't do it right.
No, I mean, it was at a Thai place, so I don't know if that makes a difference. It's certainly not going to be like that French thing you mentioned.
Oh, it's been a few years since I've made it. Um, I'll have to make some.
Yeah.
I'll have to make some again one of these days, just for the hell of it.
Okay.
Well, I still have some food stamps.
Trying to remember what that dish was that they mentioned on Young Sheldon, where it was like French and it was just basically a ham sandwich with cheese, but it had a pretentious ass French name. And one of the kids asked the adult, "What is this?" And she pronounced it Crock Monster. The kid did, because that's what it looked like, how it was spelled in the French menu, you see.
Crock
I don't
Monster.
A crock monster, yes. But I don't know, like it was just a cheese sandwich, or a toasted cheese sandwich with ham. There it is. CROQUEMONSIEUR, Crock Monsieur. But apparently, Crock Monster is how Missy pronounced it, and it actually doesn't look bad at all. In fact, I've made that before, but as a panini.
Oh, meow.
I do like a good panini. See here. That apparently is a crock monster, and I've made a very similar dish before. It's just classic French grilled cheese.
Daiu Corosto.
Crock monster. So I'm starting to think about dinner.
So am I.
And I probably would have mentioned it earlier, but I am at the moment pinned down by a kitty.
Meow.
Not a lot I can do about that.
I don't know. Some people's kittinesses.
Well, my little Zandy Poo is very cute, and I can feel him purring, though I can't hear him.
Besta Kaya. I wonder if I'm actually gonna make dinner before I fall asleep. I'd better.
Sorry, you said what now?
Wonder if I'm actually gonna get dinner made before I fall asleep. I'd better.
I suppose. They make you eat at certain times, don't they?
They would prefer it, yeah.
You're not following any of the instructions, are you?
Very few of them.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. If I have any more bad reactions to dialysis, I'm not going to be around that much longer anyway, so I don't give a shit.
Oh, all right.
Ah, well, such is the life. Oh my. I is so full of poo poo, so full of poo poo, and I is full of the poo.
I never should have mentioned it. You weren't doing it until I said anything.
And I is a crock monster, and I is a crock monster.
Well, at least you've branched out.
I got to.
Run away?
Agafu and Agafu and Agafu and Agafu. In the Agfu, it is the Agfu, and I is full of poo.
Oh, sorry about that, Xander. Apparently that sigh was vehement enough to wake up the poor little fella, and he jerked his head up with a start and was like, oh, what happened? And I'm assuring him that he's safe now.
Main ingredients: bread, whipped eggs, butter, boiled ham, cheese, pepper, and salt.
Sounds really simple.
Moo. Croque monsieur, and a variation is a croque madame. Okay.
That sounded vaguely Asian.
What did?
Croque madame?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds vaguely Asian with the dong on the end of there. You know, like Mao Zedong, except this time it's Croque Monster Zedong.
Something like that. Croque madame sandwich. Okay, what is the difference between a croque monsieur and a croque madame?
Oh, did you say madame?
Yeah, kadose.
Oh, see, I was hearing D-O-N-G.
A croque madame is simply a croque monsieur with a poached or fried egg on top.
You know, I've probably been told at some point, I actually don't know what the hell a poached egg is, as opposed to the other ways of preparing eggs is.
Oh, it's steamed.
In the shell?
Out of the shell.
How?
The way, if I remember correctly, you crack an egg into a cup sort of arrangement that has some water in it, and then you bring that water to the near boil. Let's see if I've got it right.
Oh. So, I guess I get it.
To poach
Let me just
an egg.
Egg. Let me see the pictures. Oh, how strange. Okay. I'm seeing people cooking them. That is weird.
Okay, to make poached eggs.
You know what? I don't think I've ever had a poached egg.
Oh, okay. It's been a very, very long time since I have.
The is like egg in the hole, but even then the egg was fried.
Pour boiling water into a shallow pan or frying pan to a depth of about 3 centimeters. Bring back to the boil and reduce to a simmer. Crack each egg into a cup, then gently tip. Using medium egg, simmer for 2 minutes. There are a lot of ellipses here. Ik vliegzes.
Sure.
And then there's this cat. There's this cat over here.
Trying to decide what to have for food today.
How about
for dinner? Like, because I only have so many ingredients. I bought some decent marinara with like Italian sausage and garlic and onions in it, and I could have that. I suppose I have some vermicelli. I like vermicelli because it's not too thick.
There you
it's even
go.
better than angel hair, I think.
Marijuana sauce.
So I could do that. I could make a stir fry, but then I'd have to. Oh, I need to. I should make a shopping list so I can remember to pick up the lemon pepper again too, because I'm out of lemon pepper.
I am definitely not out of cat.
But I could also make, like, I did a really decent stir fry with the blackening spices, and I could do that again. I'm also running low on olive oil. I should make a shopping list. Because by the time, like, with my memory being what it is, by the time I get to the supermarket, I am not 100% certain that I remember everything I'm supposed to get. you see.
You could get some fried cat. Mm-hmm.
Seriously, you need new material.
And oh, there's this kitty over here who's being a kitty.
Yeah.
Somebody wants all the attention.
Actually, some blackened chicken vermicelli does sound pretty good right now. Yeah, I think that's going to be dinner tonight. It'll be blackened chicken with assorted vegetables, carrots, peas, broccoli, onions, and some vermicelli on top of it. That'll be pretty good.
Blackened with shoe polish?
Blackened with blackening spices. Primarily Cajun, but I was actually introduced to it as with some Italian. It was blackened chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Really good stuff. Oh. So, when I looked up how do you blacken chicken, I found out there was such a thing as blackening spices, which I did not know prior to that. And so I've been messing around with them, and I think I finally found a really good way to use them. So,
Greenening spices?
it does exist. There's green curry, green chili.
Orangening?
Ooh, football, yowza. They have that too, saffron.
Okay, that works. Slightly expensive.
Well, we weren't discussing price. We were discussing the existence of such a thing, and it does indeed exist. Existing is a thing it is currently doing.
I mean, the last time I got saffron, what the hell was it? About $17 for half a gram?
That's a lot. Although it is less than I paid for weed.
And then there's this cat. What are you doing? And why are you doing it? I don't know what it is. State parodie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that means something to somebody, but to me it is pure gibberish.
To me, it's pure gibberish.
Well, then why did you say it?
Because it was gibberish. That's why I said it.
Out of curiosity, and no offense meant, but have you considered the possibility that what you're doing is Tourette's tics?
I don't know, maybe.
Because you say that stuff a lot. Now, granted, it could be similar to something I used to do, which was like I needed to interrupt the silence. Usually, like, I don't know if it's ADHD or autism or whatever the fuck's going on, but if it was quiet for too long, I would get uncomfortable. And so I had a stock set of things I would say just to break the fucking silence. And what you're doing sounds sort of similar to that, but at the same time, it could be more of a compulsion.
I know that when Purple does her Tourette's tics, it sounds a hell of a lot like me.
I'm just saying.
It is the really weird stuff. It is the weird stuff. And then something over there went boogers.
Yeah, well, I rendered out a shot of Quinn Redshift, and that was the render done, and like notification sound. That's what I was trying to say, announcement, but I knew that was wrong. And my brain finally coughed up the correct word.
Rendering, is that like rendering lard?
You've said that before too. Come on, seriously, get new material.
Calico? Crinoline?
But no, it's actually a scene where Quinn and Rhea are kicking ass. Actually,
are they taking names?
No, actually, all of the pirates are nameless.
Oh.
With one exception, the captain has a name.
James T. Kirk.
No, Robinson, actually. And no, James T. His whole name as given in the script is Captain Robinson. That's it.
I don't know, some people.
But yeah, I this shot is actually almost done. It looks damn good, but I need to finish the part that I'm animating where Rhea is curb stomping a space pirate. Because she kind of really is. It's like he was taking aim at Quinn, and she stepped in and punched him in the stomach, and then kicked him in the face, and now he's flat up, face first against a wall, and she's about to like stomp him and then put 2 shots in him while he's on the ground. So, and I haven't animated that part yet, but Quinn's epic heroes, like his epic superhero slide across a holographic conference table, that part is complete.
In his underwear?
You see. So he slides along this table here. I haven't animated the part with Rhea yet, but you can see here's what he does. Like, and then he runs off, you see. It looks better in full motion instead of me scrubbing the time slider bar thingy, but still, it's a pretty decent shot.
Okay.
And it's very complicated too. There's like at least 3 things that the audience can pay attention to. It's dense. It's a densely packed shot, and I'm proud of it. In fact, there have been a lot of shots recently that I've been very proud of. I'm getting better as an animator, and my confidence is way the frick up.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay. Oh. Oh my.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna make the blackened chicken for dinner.
That sounds tasty. That sounds tasty.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And of course, you know, like this weed seems to be taking effect, so it's probably good that I get some FUD in me.
You can have some nice sour cream salsa.
Uh-huh. Is sour cream actually sour?
No, it's not sour the way vinegar is sour. No.
No, vinegar's not sour. Vinegar is gross. Lemons are sour.
It's not sour that way either.
Okay.
No, it's fatty. Really.
Fatty isn't a taste. Fatty is a texture.
Yeah, kind of halfway between butter and cream cheese.
Okay.
I mean, I don't eat the stuff plain the way some people I know do. But
That sounds really bad. I mean, that's almost as bad as those people who sit down to a brick of cheese.
well, I can do that.
I didn't say anything about can. I said does. And anyone who does that is just why? I mean, it's that's got to be so terrible for you. And after a while, I've had enough cheese. There are people who will like finish in one sitting one of those gigantic blocks of cheese the size of your forearm.
Oh no, that's not me. No. I could do half a pound of smoked cheddar.
That's not the same thing. No, I'm here. Let me see if I can find what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I know.
A block of cheese.
What's going on with this
Yeah,
stuff
let's
over
see
here?
if I can find one that's more or less the right side. Well, you can probably figure it out from this. Wind, like one of these. Oh, here, this is even better. Like one of these in a single sitting.
Okay, so that's a pound. No, I won't do a pound at one sitting. No, half of that maybe.
Okay, but that's still way too much. I mean, but this just like I can't imagine sitting down to that. I mean, I bought some cheese and crackers a while back just because I needed to shake up my diet a little. I was eating so many of the same things over and over, and after like maybe 5 to 10 crackers, I was so done. I mean, that block of cheese, I don't think I was able to consume it before it went bad. When it comes to cheese, less is definitely more for me. After a while, I stop even tasting it. I have to take breaks. Right,
Oh
Xander?
my.
Oh, look at you. You're giving me that look like you don't know what to make of me. Cute little buddy boy. Oh. Really wish I knew what was up with his tail. He constantly wags that tail all over, and I can't assess his mood half the time.
I don't know. Is he a puppy?
Sometimes I think he might be. Although he is in many ways more of a cat than Columbia has been. He likes boxes, he'll chase stuff. Columbia does none of that. Fortunately, neither of them tend to knock things off of shelves, but for some reason, Xander always feels the need to paw at my vape. And I'm like, stop knocking that over, that's not for you. Like, if he's sitting on my lap, I have to put it way deep onto the desk, like further on the desk so he can't reach it. Ordinarily, I keep it closer to the edge for easier getting, but when I've got a kitty on my lap and it's Xander, he likes to bat at things, and I guess maybe the vape is just so shiny. I don't know.
It's good for getificating.
For what?
Getificating.
No, just getting. I mean, there's no me in there. It's not get if Kate. No, it's just getting. You see.
Oh my.
Or I'll tell you what. There's 7 minutes to 7:30 my time. When we hit 7:30, I'm out. I'm getting in.
Sounds good. So.
All right.
Oh my. You gonna be going anywhere and doing anything or anything like that, or what you gonna be up to the rest of the week?
I don't really have too many plans. I mean, a lot of working on Quinn Redshift, of course. Especially since, like, seriously, I've been so enthusiastic the last couple of days. Like, the footage I've been making looks so frickin' good right now. Like, I've managed to very much impress myself. So I just, like, I wake up every morning raring to go, you know? Also, my list of shots that need revising has gotten lower. So it's down to like 6. It's down to like 6 shots that really need something. And you know, that's going to be, I mean, that's good. I mean, I've had a lot of people say, why do you revise your shots so much? Are you letting the perfect be the enemy of the good? And I'm like, no, I look at that shot and I say, I can't show that to people. It's just not ready yet. You know, it's not exactly perfectionism. It's more a matter of let me meet my minimum quality standard at least ism.
Daju korostu.
That's not much of an ism, but, you know, I mean, it'll barely fit on a bumper sticker, but still.
Is it a wasm?
No.
It used to be an ism, but now it's a wasm? No?
Oh, that would be a not anymore-ism, wouldn't it?
Okay. Yep. Oh, Lord, I get worse. You know that.
What?
I get worse. You know that.
Worse than with regard to?
Pretty much anything.
Not helpful, but okay.
It's so full of poo-poo, so full of poo-poo. Yeah.
I mean, at least shake it up with new songs.
Wasn't there a song like that with Shake It Up or something? I don't know.
Oh, there's lots of songs like that, but I'm just saying is like you always do the same songs every time. Like it's either Hava Nagila or some sort of like fucking John Philip Sousa or whatever military march thing or whatever, find
So
something
full
else.
of poo, it is so full of poo poo.
I don't recognize that, but at least it's different.
It's Finlandia. Jeez.
Not
Where?
helpful. I don't know what that is.
No, it's reconnected.
Actually, it's where I know a strangely large number of songs in Swedish for someone who doesn't speak it.
I don't know. I do not know any songs in Swedish.
Well, I mean, my favorite band, Roxette, they they have solo careers in Swedish and they had careers before Roxette in Swedish. Mostly they sang in English for Roxette because they wanted broader appeal. But yeah, because of that and that one band that, I really liked because they did metal covers of Irish sea shanties, and then it turned out, oh no, they're skinheads, fuck, 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 and I barely listen to them anymore. But between all of that, I learned a strange amount of Swedish. I could never carry on a conversation, but every now and then I hear that word where I'm like, hey, I know that one.
Moo. Okay, it is definite moo.
It's kind of like I can pick up a lot of what's going on, like the essence of a conversation that's being had in Spanish, but I could never repeat it back or reply. But I can understand a little bit.
I know the feeling. I'm like that with German.
Watching Cobra Kai, there's a family that speaks primarily in Spanish as some major characters. Let's see, I mean, hell, I'm really close to the Mexico border, so I hear a lot of Spanish here in San Diego. And there were a couple of scenes in The Big Bang Theory where people were speaking Spanish to each other. And that every now and then, even without the subtitles, I was like, oh, I understand that. Okay, gotcha. I'm wondering, okay, there was something I thought was mistranslated in Cobra Kai season 4, where they said something like the subtitle said, oh, you have such a handsome face, but the word I heard was cabeza, which I believe is head rather than face. I mean, I can look that up, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay, then.
Spanish to English. Cabeza. Yeah, head. And also top. And apparently chump as well. And knob. But at no point does it say face. Let me see here. Swap them around. Let's see. Face. Rostro, apparently, or la cara, la frente, la faz, la superficial, I don't know. But, yeah, so apparently they translated that wrong. Either that or it's some sort of idiom that Google Translate doesn't quite grok.
Okay.
Anyway, it's 7:30, so I'm gonna go have the din-dins. And I will do the chats with you on Snoo Day.
Dayekara.
Or if you're on the movie night panel or something.
Or something. Or those things and these things. And that stuff and whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, have fun, everybody. I'm getting the foods.
Take care, honey. Oh, my. And I'm just going to say I want to thank all of you who are here. All three of you. I want to thank everyone who is not here. And I want to say you keep me going. You really do. And I hope that I come across as sincere as I'm trying to be, as I'm trying to come across. Because you do keep me going. And as long as you guys keep liking this stuff and as long as I'm alive to do it, yeah, I guess I'll just have to keep doing it. I hope that sounds good to you, because it sounds rather good to me. So, until next we meet, thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.